Well,
Yes, we can hear you. The thing is, we can hear Luke in our Skype chat personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
But apparently he's not showing up. So, okay, guys, we're working on it. We're getting things.
Okay, apparently I am gone now.
Oh, Mark is gone now? Oh my God. Oh no. Oh.
Hey, Crash,
Okay.
why don't we quickly do our channel introductions if they can hear us?
Oh God.
Oh, okay, guys, stick with us here. We're working on it. We're trying to get everything lined up here. God,
Can anyone hear me now?
Okay, people can hear me fine.
Okay, no, Mark is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about me now?
Can you guys hear Luke? Luke, give us a song. Give us a song so we can test.
Breaking Benjamin.
Those
properly.
lovely.
Your
Yeah.
Mark's dulcet.
You know what? I'm the one doing all the impression. It's your turn now.
If you're sliding into first and you feel a dirty burst, diarrhea,
Back to my Little League days.
diarrhea.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear all of you fine.
What?
It
That's the
sounds
first
like
thing they're
that.
gonna hear me say?
Yeah. Welcome to Rock Coliseum.
Somebody asked if that was a Creed song.
If people are gonna call me Butt Rock, I'll show them Butt Rock. First of all, are you saying I sound like Scott Stapp?
Oh,
See, that's shade. That is
Here,
some
sir.
legitimate
That's shade. Try
shade
and be
thrown
like
right
this.
there. Oof.
Welcome everyone to Rock Coliseum. I'll be sure to cut off the first minute or two on the YouTube editing feature after this is loaded. Yes, I will, sirs. I don't care what any three of you say. This is my show.
No. We needed that.
We need it.
Dude, the diarrhea was the best part.
Oh, there's a quote for the whole Rock
There's a
Coliseum
quote.
series.
Was the best part.
Thank you everyone for tuning in and bearing with us during these audible and technical issues. It looked like my OBS settings just stopped during the recording of everything, so it didn't have my microphone set as default. Regardless, I'm thankful that you are all here. I appreciate you all being so supportive and willing. Last time the technical issue was there was a snowstorm. Now that you can hear me, I can explain. I couldn't help it, but this time, hopefully we won't get cut off. Literally, I have a battery backup. It's not snowing right now. Everything should be fine. Thank you so much for being here. We love doing this. I hope you guys find as much enjoyment for this as we do. I see a lot of already the super chats coming in. We are very thankful for that. We will get to those eventually, and I'll explain the rules. First, to get past the formalities, even though I already blew that with the sliding into first song, let's go through some introductions. John, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, it's John from ARTV and Beyond ARTV. I do album reviews, I do discography rankings. I just did one for Queens of the Stone Age, top 10s. I got a weekly show called 7 on Sunday where I talk about various different topics in music. Anything and everything music is up for grabs on either of my channels, so come check it out if you like.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Make sure you check out all the channels in the YouTube card and the description below. So, Mark, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey there, folks. My name is Mark. I'm the host of Spectrum Pulse. I talk about music, movies, art, and culture. Got my own weekly series, Billboard Breakdown, where I talk about the, let's just say it's not good over there. I've got
at least.
Yeah, and recently, right now, I'm rolling out the second season of my year-long series, Resonators, where I went into a genre at length. This last year, it was 80s hardcore punk. This year, turn of the millennium, underground hip-hop. So we're talking a lot of LP, we're talking Pharaoh Monch, we're talking Black Star, we're talking Atmosphere. Yes. We are going dark, and we're going down to the grimy stuff. No majors, baby.
Yeah, I can't wait till you get to Black Star, personally. I missed the fuck out of Black Star.
That's awesome. So, that's awesome. Good to hear. Make sure to check that out on Mark's channel. Crash, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I am Crash Thompson. I host The Rock Critic over on YouTube. I review mostly rock albums, as the name very much implies. I do mostly new releases, though I also have several series and retrospectives on older bands. Just finished up a big how to get into guide on Rush here recently. I've done other series on Green Day and Weezer, and I'm working currently on getting my best albums of 2018 list out after having finished my worst albums of 2018 list, and thank God that's out of the way, because But I host The Rock Critic, and I'm sure the link is in the description if you would like to check out this lovely face.
It is.
The funny thing, Crash, I went through your worst list. Is anyone going to remember your ones on top?
I've already forgotten some of those albums.
I'm sure there's a few.
Did Amity Affliction release something? I feel like that was one of them.
That was a dishonorable mention on your list. It's
yeah,
already fading away.
See, it's already fading away, and
Hey,
you know what?
you want to hear the Amity Affliction? Beep boop, beep boop boop, beep boop boop, beep boop 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 boop, beep beep beep. Yeah, rock and roll.
There we go.
So now that we
Rock
have
and
that out
roll.
of the way, please, guys, check out all these channels. They're available in the description below. Like I said, check out the new videos coming for them also. That's not what you're here there for tonight. You are here to see some of the bands that you love survive and some of the bands you hate die. A violent, painful, embarrassing, and at times hilarious death. The rules for the Coliseum are simple. The first hour of the night, we will be giving suggestions in the chat room. We will gladly stop it on the chat. I have it right here on the pop-out. Once I select a name that we haven't done yet, we will discuss it and give a thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, the band lives to see another day. Thumbs down, we have to decide how they die in the Coliseum. Unfortunately, we've had some pretty grotesque ones. The winner last time was Scott Stapp being forced to have sex with a wood chipper, while Mark Tremonti stands to the side and watches sadly.
I forgot about that.
I forgot all about
How
that
could you
too.
forget
Oh my
all
god!
that?
How do you forget?
Oh, we got dark on that one. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was bleak.
Now that you have that out of the way, the second hour will be for the Super Chats. Again, we are very grateful for the Super Chats. We will try to get through as many as we can in the second hour. For the ones we don't go through, I will go through and list them all, send the email list to these guys, and we'll get a full spreadsheet going of what we think. We might go through a few names, however, we're going to try our best not to do over names we already have in the last 3 Rock Coliseums. So if you give a name and suggest it that we've already done, that might be the reason why we skip it. Another good point, if you wanted to have something creative, you can kind of limit or add a qualifier to the band you suggest. Say you're trying to look for something like a suggestion last time, Oasis after 1997. You can put a time limiter, a different singer, a band member change, a generation, whatever it is. You can do that too. So I think that's pretty much good for the new people. Now that we have that out of the way, again, thank you for the Super Chats. We will get to them. We're going to try to limit ourselves and get as many of you as we can. However, sometimes we get talky. This is all just for entertainment and having fun. Look at us. We're 4 guys laughing and talking about bands and making fun of some of them. You know what this is at this point.
Yeah.
That being said, we now welcome all your suggestions in the chat room, and feel free to type in whatever you want.
Okie doke.
Gonna wait a second and turn over to my popped out chat.
All right. Pick us a winner, Luke.
Pop it out. Get ready to stop. Oh boy, it's already scrolling. Oh.
Yeah, it's flying over here.
Yeah, it's going pretty nuts.
Here we go. And stop.
I don't like the look on your face, dude.
Of all the bands, Hoobastank.
Oh.
Okay.
We all are aware of them. And again, that's
Yeah.
one final thing, too, before we give our decision. Make sure it's a band for this first round that we all have a chance of knowing. If you give something very obscure, we're just going to shrug our shoulders. So make sure this is a more commonly well-known band that you're suggesting for this first round. And on 3, gentlemen. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I almost hate to do that, but
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
there's
but-
some stuff that's,
I
but,
feel this was going to happen, though. It's not, this is death by nice guys, but get out of here. So,
Yeah.
Crash, since you started saying that first, why don't you go first? Why do you think Hoobastank gets the thumbs down?
See, the thing is, I don't know, Hoobastank they've become that band when you're talking about bands from like the late 90s, early 2000s that just went nowhere, or you're trying to think of them. Oh, that one band, what were they? Hoobastank is that band personified. Oh yeah, they were that. There was just so little about them that was memorable, so little about them that was interesting. The Reason is piss. I'm sorry. The Reason is one of the worst goddamn songs of the 2000s. It's piss. Don't at me. But the thing is, I feel bad doing that because their first album had some surprising gems on it. There was some surprising stuff on there. They had potential, but they never got farther than that.
Gotcha. Okay. John, why do you think Hoobastank gets the thumbs down?
To me, I'm kind of like Crash in the sense that you automatically associate it with a time period in life, and it's like it's stamped all over their faces, and not a good way. They're branded with a certain smell of the early 2000s.
That would be
Reminds
Axe
me
body
of like
spray. Yes.
yes,
Yes,
and the MX versus ATV Unleashed soundtrack. I remember they were all over all of those games.
There's a
yeah.
throwback.
They were
Yep.
contracts, yeah.
Out of Control was on there, I believe, by
Yeah,
Hoobastank.
yep.
So, yeah, I'm kind of the same on the Reason at this point. I liked it back in the day. I remember going to the library to check out the album that had "If I Were You" on it. I can't remember even which album that was.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I don't have fond memories. They put out an album last year apparently, and I just didn't give a shit enough to check it out.
No, yeah, same here.
Fair enough. Mark, why do you think Hoobastank gets the thumbs down?
To me, they just have never delivered anything that's remotely memorable. Like, if you're doing a comparison to any of the other bands that were actually bigger around that time, you can at least recall hits beyond their very worst. And you can at least recall a little bit of a discography that had some depth to it. There's just nothing to it. Like,
no, it's so shallow.
Like, well, beyond just the shallowness and the anonymity of the writing, you actually go and actually see some of the performances of them live. They just don't even perform all that well there either.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anything in that whole category, they seem like the sort of band that got popular because they were filling a void on the radio. In other words, like what Maroon 5 does now.
I wouldn't
That
say
should
that
not be a
far, but I
void
do
that's
get the
open.
points. Yes. There's no Adam Levine in Hoobastank, at least.
I don't know. Doug Roth is not a good singer.
Yep.
Fair enough.
No,
I like
he's
them on
very
that
not.
Apocalyptica track. What was that collaboration they did with Apocalyptica?
That was-
Oh,
Not,
shit. I
That
remember
was
that.
many years
not
ago.
strong
I
enough.
remember,
I
yeah.
do like that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my feeling is about it, just to clarify, the reason is the reason, no pun intended, why that band went platinum, why that band excelled. They had name value because of Incubus really taking them under their wing and pushing them forward so heavy.
See, yeah.
That's it, though. Those are the key features of a band that's been around for 15, 20 years. And what do we have to show for it? One platinum album, one song that you remember. And we're piecing together just basic points. Mark said anonymity. I don't even really think that's the best word for it. I used to make this comparison about Three Doors Down being bland vanilla ice cream. This is unsalted saltine crackers.
Yeah.
And the
There's
off-brand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Great Value brand. There's so
Yeah.
little to them. It's the guys trying to do something and they can't figure out how to be more memorable than one good riff. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although,
Same.
one thing, I'm just looking up the reason right now and trying to get a little bit more of an idea of what's behind it. Look at the producer, Howard Benson.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
not
As
know
much
that.
as he had a monopoly on rock music in the early 2000s,
did.
that doesn't surprise
It
me.
was him and
Him
Bob
and Don
Dylan
Gilmore.
tearing up things.
Yep. Yep.
So I think we brought up good things. I don't think anyone hates Hoobastank or the members. They're not worth it.
No.
They're not worth hating.
But they're
you
not
know?
worth
There's
really
not-
hanging on to. So,
Yeah.
gentlemen, how does Hoobastank, die in the Coliseum?
See, I don't even think they're worth like killing.
Should we
you
just,
know what? You know what? They die an anti-existentialist to death. They never
I
even
feel like they
existed.
die in a waiting room, and we just keep forgetting to
Yeah,
check
waiting
on
to
them.
play a concert to no one forever.
Oh, that's cruel.
They die of embarrassment and like patience. Are you gonna open the doors? They are open. So that's a very minimal death. I think that's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Peaceful,
Yeah.
good explanation. Good
Nice.
suggestion, by the way. That is a good suggestion,
Good
even though kind of
suggestion.
stringent.
Good
That is well
suggestion.
done. So
Absolutely.
let's get some more and stop. Okay. I think we might have had this name as a suggestion, like as a Rush suggestion or one of the suggestions last time on the list, but we have not talked about it in depth on here, so it's worth bringing up. Babymetal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I give a thumbs up to that too. So,
For sure.
John, why does Babymetal get the thumbs up?
I honestly had no idea what to expect when I went in to review their album, and I was like, it had been so heavily requested, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? Because I had heard such vague descriptions of it being like young girls from Japan singing in a band, and then I actually heard the music, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, this actually sounds really good, like the way that they're able to balance a very melodic and almost like like, I don't want to say kid friendly, but you know what I mean? Like almost like a teeny pop thing with like a metal side as well. And they've kind of strayed away from being as hard, I guess, in recent times, but still the rock vibe that they have going, at least out of what I've heard from them. I've only heard one full length album, and that's the one that I reviewed on my channel. But just that alone was a good enough experience for me.
Awesome. That's well said. So, Mark, why do they get the thumbs up?
Honestly, and this is going to sound a little weird, my thumbs up is a little bit more tentative as of the past couple of years. Because, and here's why, because I went back and I like both their albums. I think they're a good band, but thanks mostly to Crash and deciding to expose me to too much more Japanese metal.
You're welcome.
There, and I'm like, well, yeah, this is good, but there are other bands that are doing their sound with a little bit more bombast. Like, they kind of got they've got a meme that I respect and I enjoy, and I'm curious where they're going to expand their sound on the next album, but they're kind of middle of the pack right now for me.
Okay, fair enough. That's well said. See, for me, Love Bites does such a good job of making vibrant metal music that's so, like John was kind of hinting at, like they're able to like really balance out with their higher tones and the writing over some pretty not even so much melodic, but like heavier lower tone metal. Whether it's Dragon Force playing with them or their house band, whatever you want to put it with, they're able to get emotion going. There's so much movement in their music. It's fun to listen to also. Babymetal is not supposed to be something that you play at your funeral. You know, it's not that serious. However, I like them. I support them. I think the Babymetal haters are just the bro metal, bro rock. Whatever. They're just Japanese models. Where's my Monster Energy?
Okay, Ivan.
Yeah, that's how they sound. Yeah. That's how they all sound in my head. Before Crash goes, by the way, Love Bites. 1,000 times better than Babymetal. I love Love Bites to death. Another Japanese all-female metal band, and they play their own instruments. They're amazing. Crash, why does Babymetal get the thumbs up?
Oh, y'all know I have a weakness for that cute shit. It's so like I do love the gimmickry of it. The gimmickry
is
so on point, you know. Just they play it up to the fullest extent, and they aren't even slightly ashamed of it. And it's just such an interesting concept, you know, like the whole anti-idol scene that apparently is become like a full-blown thing in Japan now. Like Babymetal isn't even like a new thing over in Japan.
They're an icon
like you were
now.
saying, Mark, there is like a whole wave of these bands that are sort of curtailing the idol band trend of Japan and actually turning it into something way more interesting. And Babymetal, like they weren't the first, but they were the ones to really bring it through and break it through the wall. And I believe they did that by just making the music itself so good. Their producer, the person who put everything together, I forget his name off the top of my head, but not only does he understand what appeals in that idol Japanese scene that we so don't get as Westerners, but he understands what made that appeal to a Western audience. He made the music as top-notch as it can get. Those licks, those riffs, those progressions, everything about them is just perfect, on point. What to say.
Well said. I think that's good reasons why, too. I get that there are a lot of Babymetal haters out there, but guys, it's still fun. It's good music.
It's fun. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's fun.
Can you really hate that?
Can you hate that?
Come on, look at those cute little girls. They're not little, they're 19 and 20, but you get what
Let's not take that soundbite out of context.
Trust me, those aren't even enough bad sound bites to begin with. I'm not worried about that one. Okay, good suggestion. I forgot what I was going to say about that too. Thank you again. That's what I was going to say. To all 300 of you, thank you for being here so far. There are 300 people of you in the chat room.
Thank you.
Continue to share the links. We want to get as many people in here as we can, and that regards to the special announcement we'll be giving at the halftime of this, between round 1 and round 2. There's going to be a big one for that. We want to get as many people here as live, so please share the links on your social media. We really appreciate it. So, turn to the right and stop. Okay, this is a newer band, but I'm pretty sure we all know it, so I am going to say it.
Okay.
I already know one of your answers because you hate them. From Ashes to New.
I gotta say
know.
out on this.
Okay, then we'll skip it. We'll save it for later. By the way. Okay, thank you again. I thought you guys would know. That's fine. They're really new. Crash, what is your opinion on From Ashes to New?
Nah.
Okay,
no,
fair enough.
Especially that first.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go to another one. And stop. Okay, we all know this one. I think this is a good one for discussion too. Gorillaz.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
But with an asterisk.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Sure.
Fair
Same.
enough. Fair enough.
Okay, I'll go first. I think Gorillaz have lost a step over the past few years, especially with their last one. I was way too generous on my review of their most recent album. But at the same time, the pros outweigh the cons, and the melodies and the music behind everything they make is so memorable for the right reasons. I mean, going back to Demon Days, that probably really is one of my favorite albums of all time, now that I think about it, just because. I mean, just for that alone, and the self-title. It's so weird to think Gorillaz has been around so much longer than people realize. 2002.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know, you really think about stuff like that. But just
Crazy.
all the things that he's done after Blur, and everyone was like, it's whatever, it's not going to happen. It did happen, and I've listened to a lot more Gorillaz than Blur in my day. Just
No,
the music
yeah,
has,
Yeah.
there's so much creativity with them, and I think they get the music side of that. Even though they've, I don't want to say crossed over to a different genre, but they've kind of just experimented, and it hasn't really connected as well for me. I still say thumbs up. The pros outweigh the cons. Crash, why do Gorillaz get the thumbs up?
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I agree their more recent output has been disappointing. Just, again, I appreciate their willingness to try and do more and do different things and not pigeonhole themselves. I appreciate that, but at the same time, their last 2 albums just could not stick the landing at all.
Yeah.
But, like you mentioned, their early work more than makes up for that. Those albums, they're self-titled, Demon Days, I'd say even stuff like Plastic Beach is going to survive the test of time because they are the grooves, the hooks, even if it becomes dated as time kind of progresses, they're still just so mystical. You put on a song like Clint Eastwood, you put on a song like 1999, 2000, you put on Dare, you know instantly that you're in for a bop.
Yeah.
Like, I will still put the horns up for Dare anytime. I have to sing along. Yeah.
Okay, well said. John, why do they get the thumbs up?
I've only recently, I would say in the past 2 to 3 years, gotten more into them. I've talked plenty of times in the past about how I couldn't get into a lot of their stuff, and I think my opinions have slowly changed. In fact, I started a new series this year called I Got It Wrong, and one of the planned episodes is for Demon Days.
Nice.
I think Humans, for me, was a lot better than, I liked it a lot more than most people did. I didn't care much about the Now. Felt a little forgettable to me. They've been kind of hit and miss, inconsistent, I would say, is my biggest problem, but I enjoy way too many songs from their discography. From each album, there's always songs. I'd say at this point, Plastic Beach is probably my favorite with the most songs that I really love. But again, kind of hit and miss, but I like enough songs to definitely give a thumbs up.
Perfect. And Mark, why do Gorillaz get the thumbs up?
The funny thing with me about Gorillaz is that I can kind of split their discography in 2. Their first 3 albums I absolutely love. I love the albums that actually bring in a little bit more of that organic side. The problem is when Damon Albarn decided to pick up his Pro Tools and his MacBook, his production style shifted,
Humans
and
did
it was a direct thing that happened on the fall. It drove me nuts there. Then they came back with Humans. I like Humans to this day, but that album is carried on its guest stars.
Yes.
And then when it comes around to
way
the
too
now,
many. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
when it comes around to the now, it just, without those guest stars, without those ideas, there just isn't much there, and that's what really was heartbreaking about that album.
Yeah, it's
I get that
unfortunate.
too.
It is.
So well
Still
said.
good though.
Still worth it though.
Yeah.
I still say thumbs up or thumbs down. Again, they've gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to say downhill. They've just strayed over the
A
past.
bit.
I want them
a
back
bit.
to tape. I want them back on tape. Like
And a lot
Same.
of-
Same.
Off
Yeah,
of Damon's
I agree.
iPad.
in an actual studio.
someone get Damon Albarn in the studio with Jack White.
Ooh.
That's
I could see
something,
that working.
Yeah.
I could see that working.
That could be really cool.
That
Jack
could be
White,
very,
Damon
very
together. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make it happen. I'll tweet both of them. Right now.
Cool. Yeah. Luke,
These
we're
are
putting
good
that on you
suggestions. Thank
personally.
you, guys. Thank you to everyone. See how nice and pleasant this is? We've had such a great evening so far. So lovely. Thank you. And stop.
Oh no! Oh
You know
no!
why I said that? I jinxed myself.
Yeah, see, dude,
Don't jinx
knock
yourself.
on wood.
Gentlemen.
Knock on wood, man. Come on.
Gentlemen, my friends of several years now, we have survived 3 rock coliseums without this band being brought up, and I'm very thankful for that.
Oh.
We've lasted this long. I think that is an accomplishment. However, we have to talk about them now. Nickelback.
God help us all.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we
All
all
right.
know them, so let's get this out of
Yeah.
the way. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, Mark. Okay.
That's totally fine. Crash,
Okay.
why do you think they get the thumbs down?
I think I'm gonna say I think you and I are gonna have a lot of overlapping points here because Nickelback started interesting. Their first major label album, The State, had some interesting stuff on it. There were definitely some cool cuts. You could see the potential at work. Chad's voice is so rough even in those days, but it still kind of works. But man, this band just they have had zero ambition. They have had zero sense of creativity, and I don't know. A lot of people say they're the Maroon 5 of rock. I almost can't help but agree, just because there's just nothing to it. It is literally just. It is the definitive butt rock band for our generation. You know, this is what. I was about to compare them to Boston or Styx or something, but Boston and Styx could play. These guys can barely even write or create anything that's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Fair
It's
enough.
just a very uninteresting band.
Okay. John, why did they get the thumbs up?
Their first 2 records definitely stand out to me in a different way. The State, what was the other one? Silver Side Up. Both
Yep.
of those, I felt were pretty good. And while their reputation obviously degenerated for a good reason, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of their songs follow the exact same formula. They fall into the same tropes. Half of the album was trying to get played on mainstream radio. The other half was appealing to rock radio. I'm not exactly sure what it is. That's why, obviously, my thumbs up was hesitant, because their most recent album, Feed the Machine, I didn't think was awful. There were more songs on there that I thought were okay or else solid than ones that I outright hated.
Agreed.
So it's hard for me to really explain in 30 seconds, but for me, they have enough songs out there. It's not really a full album thing for me for the most part, but yeah.
Fair enough. Mark, why did they get the thumbs up?
I'm actually going to be a little bit more positive here than I think most people expect, because part of this is, at least I can admit, is Stockholm Syndrome, because we're in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
We have Canadian content regulations. We have to
Is
hear
there a
certain
Mountie
amount of
having a gunshot behind your camera saying, you better talk good about it?
No comment. But at the same, but the thing with Nickelback, and this is the thing I will always give them, they can write a good hook.
Yes.
They are at least memorable when it comes to some of that. And this is somebody who has heard them at their worst. When it comes to, I think, their All the Right Reasons, terrible album, but you remember that album. Ask something about Theory of a Dead Man. Go back to that era of them. Go to Saving Abel. Go to those rest of those ass rock bands that came out in that era. You can't remember those. And you know what? I'm going to go further. I will stick up for Dark Horse. I think Dark Horse is a legitimately good album. There is a lot of power in those riffs. I think it's Butch Walker on production. There is some genuine groove and punch to it. So in the purest of meathead moments that we all allow ourselves, it's not bad. Yeah, they kind of fell off the rails in that 2014 album, but even that had She Gets Me Up, which was co-written by Josh Ramsey of Mariana's Trench, and I thought Feed the Machine was fine.
Good points, solid points. Before I go to my reasons why I give a thumbs down, the positives, I loved The State. I was a fan of Nickelback back then. A fan. That's not just something I take lightly, too. I was disappointed when Silver Side Up came out. After a couple songs, I was like, oh, wow, this is just the same stuff with... Lyrically, I didn't really care for it. And then it kept just falling downhill until it got to All the Right Reasons, where I was legitimately upset when I heard it. And that's just where it goes from there. I think the biggest problem, though, with Nickelback is not so much... It's not their ability. It's not a case of they're just phoning it in. It's just the case of why should they have to? They're one of the best-selling bands of all time now. It is
exactly. They're unambitious.
They
They're
have
so
$1
unambitious.
billion stage production at their live shows that people say are good, but they're just strumming along, staring at their belly button, not really doing much while they're on stage.
And that's one reason I kind of like the stuff they're putting out in more recent years, because they're forced to try now.
They do.
You know,
they have to.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even I liked the Feed the Machine was way better than I expected it to be. So
Yeah.
I get
maybe
that.
we are going to get some more ambitious Nickelback in the future.
That's
Maybe.
fine. I mean, again,
Knock
they do
on
have,
wood.
and I do see the thumbs down. There's the cons outweigh the pros, in my opinion. There's more bad music than good for them, and the
Agreed.
attitude of one Chad Kruger cannot be ignored, unfortunately.
On the plus side, he doesn't take himself seriously.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
See, yeah, that's a plus.
And
But he's
like
also
just very
disrespectful to
Canadian
many
in that
others.
respect.
He's so disrespectful to
Yeah.
everyone else, though, that it's just like, So, anyway, Nickelback does survive the Coliseum, but we have to smack them around a bit. So, how does Nickelback get punished to shape
Chad
up?
Kruger has to remarry Avril Lavigne.
Oh God. I
Yeah,
think it'd
Force
be
them,
worse
we
for her.
force them into a wedding where they helicopter in Avril Lavigne, and she's very confused. Chad's crying, please, no, please. Please.
That was not good for either of them, but I think it was the separation has now helped them both.
I guess. I don't want to do Hello Kitty anymore. Please.
Yeah, I was just about to
Please.
say.
Oh god, that's almost
Okay.
bad.
So that was well said. Good discussion. No one died in that one. Nickelback
Yep.
survives, believe it or not. So whether you hate him or love him, that's how it is. That's our decision. Let's go to the next one. Keep these coming, guys. We love all your support. Thank you for suggestions. Keep sharing the links out. 335 people in here so far.
Nice.
Nice,
Keep
nice.
sharing
Thank you
links.
very
We wanna get
much.
as many people as we can in here. We really appreciate that too.
Yeah.
And stop. Okay, I don't think we covered this band before. Correct me if we did, but this is a good one to discussion. I know we all know it. Stained.
Oh,
Ooh, we haven't.
yeah. We haven't.
not.
We have
I
not
don't
touched
think we had
Stained.
either. I didn't think we had either. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Everyone have an opinion?
Yeah.
Yep.
On three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh, it's
it
unanimous.
is.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
This is not
That's
like
what
a
people thought would
I
be
don't
the
think
last
This is gonna get ugly.
I don't
too,
think this is like
another-
Hoobastank either, where we were like kind of sad about it. This is something different.
No, these guys have it coming.
So,
They have
John,
it
why
coming.
does Stained get the thumbs down?
I will put it out there because there's a couple of songs that I still have like some sort of childhood sentiment to, like From the Outside and what was the other one? Falling. Those are like two songs that I still think are okay, but I don't really regularly listen to them. Outside of that, my God, the songwriting. I mean, people talk about Aaron Lewis like he's some sort of like god or something, and he made this amazing transition from rock over to country, so successful. What an artist over here. Look at the piss poor writing on those Stained records. Look at the fucking production on those albums.
That's
like,
my thing,
what would
yeah.
break the cycle
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
most successful album? It's grating. I almost did a throwback review on it a couple of years ago, but I ended up rejecting the Patreon request and shifting them on to something else. So if that says
That's
anything
cold.
there,
No, that's cold blooded. Yeah, but no, I
That's great.
feel you.
Oh, well said.
drop mic time.
Mark, why does Stained get the thumbs down?
Honestly, for as much vitriol as John just shouted against them, none of which I can deny, because a lot of the writing I thought was piss poor when I've gone back to them. I think my big issue is that I don't remember them. Like, they were a thing at the around the early 2000s.
That was the new metal day.
Oh, I remember them.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
gosh.
you guys might remember them, but as I've said in a number of videos, I didn't have an or even miserable white boy phase growing up. So I just didn't gravitate or even hear them all that much. The stuff I've gone back to now, I'm like, well, is this crap? But I don't really care. Now, and I will actually combat you on this, John. The pivot that Eric Lewis is his name?
Aaron
Country?
Lewis. Aaron.
It's not terrible. It's not great by any stretch of the mind, but his writing has improved a little bit.
Okay.
He's better than most of the average bro country we're dealing with right now.
Okay,
He did a
touche.
Linkin Park cover after Chester passed away that I did like, so I'll give him that.
Okay.
Crash, why does Stained get the thumbs down?
Just for me, it's a big production issue. These guys just saturated the low end of music so much, and their guitarist actually uses, for all of their bigger albums, I believe at least, he uses baritone guitars to help create Stain's iconic sound, which is to say, it's muddy as fuck, and there's no treble, and it's all just so...
Yeah, doesn't it ring out like crazy? What?
No, it's just so.
Did I leave my garbage disposal?
I think all four of us did.
Yeah. No, that is Stain's music to me. It's so flabby and just colorless and so.
Yeah.
And Aaron Lewis is a terrible songwriter. I'm sorry. There is a reason Outside and It's Been a While became a big meme. You know, just. Have you guys ever seen the meme of, oh, I have the best playlist for my party. It's going to get everybody jumping. And it's 9 tracks of It's Been a While. And the 10th track is It's Been a While live with Fred Durst.
Oh, someone should go to jail for that.
Didn't he produce for them?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Fred Durst band, like Puddle of Mud.
I have to admit, when I was in my sad, angry white boy phase, I had an affinity for the album that Dysfunction, the album that has Mud Shovel on it.
The first one, before 13 Shades, yeah.
Yeah, before, that one. I have a bit of nostalgic tinge for that. But other than that, just no.
Okay. See, I will say one positive thing. I've seen Stained live at a festival I covered back in 2014. I can honestly say Aaron Lewis actually is a very talented guitar player. He can play. I will not take that away from him. However, I have seen better writing etched on a desk in permanent marker that is not as sad and pathetic as Stained lyrics.
All of us when we were in high school listened to that music. Except Mark, I apologize. All of us when we were doing our then writing in our notebooks, those were better than the lyrics that ended up on those Stained albums.
We've already gone through, like, production wise. I mean, the music is just, it's not even like it's not level or mixed or anything. I've had so many requests regretting the past on Stained. I don't want to, though, because the music's either beyond boring and you can't say anything about it but the same thing over and over again. Aaron sad, guitar bad, next song, and that's just it for a decade plus. Stain's still around, I know that. I know Aaron Lewis has changed a couple members in the band, but still, he still does stuff. He had his acoustic album, like they said, with the country stuff. He's so bad at changing things up and looking over it like with a fine-tooth comb and goes like, okay, here's what I have. Do I need to change anything? Do I need to replace anything? Do I need to do this over? Nope. Straight to production. And no one stops him. I think I made this joke with you a couple times ago, and I'll end on this. No one went up to Aaron and goes, no, bad. Do it again.
Yeah. See? Yeah, I totally feel that. I 100% feel that.
Okay, so Stained dies in the Coliseum. How do they die?
On the outside looking in.
No. They got to do it better than that. There has to be something fitting for something like
Crush
that.
to death in a Fred Durst or Limp Bizkit mosh pit.
Mosh pit, yep.
The stink alone would probably kill him.
Yeah. Let's say Locked for All Eternity in the Family Values tour.
Oh.
Remember that? Remember that? Yeah. That's... that was fun. Remember the 90s? Remember the 2000s?
Bizkit and Stained on the Family Values tour. Korn was on that one. I remember a couple others. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Oh boy. So Stained is forced to perform the Family Values tour forever to no audience until they finally perish away. And
Fred Durst is over their shoulder, just spewing out random nonsense while they sing.
Drowning in Code Red Mountain Dew and use PlayStation 2 controllers. And
I'm feeling those
on stage. Yes.
Oh my god.
They died by the 2000s. Yes.
Death by 2000s. There we go.
What were the 2000s even?
I know, right?
Good question. Great question.
We've gotten a lot of those too. So that was a good suggestion. That was well said. I don't feel bad about that one. I felt bad about Hoobastank. I do not feel bad about that one. Sorry. Also, that Fred Durst, the live song with him. Outside, oh my gosh.
It's so cringy.
That came before the studio recording, too. How does that work? Whatever. Sorry, that's enough about that. Yeah. And stop. Okay. This is great. I'm so glad because I saw someone said it. Perfect timing. And I told you guys about this. We were doing the test on Monday that I hope someone will bring this up. Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh,
because they have a new album coming out in a week and a half. So this is very timely. Good suggestion. We all are aware of them. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Gotta take a side. You gotta choose. You gotta choose, Mark. We will stop. Okay,
you got yeah.
Thumbs up. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Mark. Okay, you know what? I'll go first. So I've been a fan of Bring Me the Horizon for a while, even though I wasn't a fan from the very beginning. Even so, I think Ali is a good lyric writer. He knows how to write. I prefer the heavier stuff from him, but he's proven with That's the Spirit that he can tone things down a bit, slow it down, and still make it work for the most part. Whether it's going back to Sempiternal days or before that, or just something from That's the Spirit, like a song like Avalanche. You know, you can compare Avalanche and you can compare Can You Feel My Heart. You can hear that this is Ali's music. It has his name on it, but at the same time, it's played well. They're a great live band. They know what they're doing. They have become very Mark's t-shirt over the years. Very. However, I still give the thumbs up. There's way too much good music in the past catalog to really discredit. So that's why I give the thumbs up. So, Mark, why do they get the thumbs up? I know you were tentative on it, but if you can...
The weird thing with me and Bring Me the Horizon is that I don't hate them by any extent, but I was exposed to them back when I used to watch Muse reviews, and he had a reaction series, a first impression series, and I was exposed to the original kind of almost metalcore, deathcore thing they were doing initially, and then I saw the pivot that they did, which was, in many cases, pretty much a selling out moment. It was.
I mean,
But the thing is, they got better. They got more melodic. They got more interesting. And the writing got a little better. I was never crazy about them, but I actually saw them live last year at Reading Festival as a surprise act. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Now, the big asterisk here is, like, I don't know what's going to happen with the new album, which I probably will end up covering. But
I think we all will, most likely.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't dislike
them. Gonna try
them.
to get to it.
And I enjoyed them live enough to give them a thumbs up.
Okay, fair enough. Crash, why do they get the thumbs up?
See, Mark, I have the exact opposite problem as you. I came into this band super late. I came in around Sempiternal, and I got to see their selling out period from the front. That was my first exposure to this band, really. And I basically got to see their best foot being put forward because, their production is so much better. Their writing is so much better. Everything about that era of the band is so much better than the earlier stuff. When I went back to their earlier stuff, it felt more like, is this even the same band? Wow.
Yeah.
There is a big tonal change where I can see that being a thing.
Yeah, that was a huge change, but it was for the better. I actually reviewed That's the Spirit on my channel back when that dropped, and I was like, I got that as a request, and everyone was like, oh, I can't wait for Crash to, pummel this one into the ground. Oh, they'll really have it coming. And I loved it, frankly. Avalanche is still a bop.
It is.
A lot of songs off that album
is such
are
an underrated song. Avalanche.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. They were one of the bands, the current trend of there being way too much beat boop in a lot of rock music today. Well, they were one of the bands where that kind of started happening a lot. They were one of the bands that kind of foretold that prophecy, so to speak. But they, so far at least, have done it very well. They've done it correctly. They've done it right. Medicine worries me. That new song they dropped, that kind of worries me. But so far, I would say I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed with what they've done to this point. Yeah.
Gotcha. And John, why did they get the thumbs up?
I was actually familiar with them all the way back in their MySpace days, Suicide Season.
Oh wow!
So
I
knew their stuff then, like Diamonds Aren't Forever, We Will Never Sleep, all that shit. I wasn't really into that back then, but starting with Sempiternal, that was really my comeback to them, I suppose, reintroduction, and then I got into There Is a Hell, that really long album title. I really loved that record. It was a great metalcore album. I think probably Sempiternal was their defining moment. I think that's pretty much, in my eyes, almost a perfect record. I love so many of the songs on there. Sleepwalking, Hospital for Souls, Antivist, Shadow Moses, everything there. I loved most of That's the Spirit, and I liked it even more with time. Yeah. I feel like I'm hoping I'm not going to be let down by this new record. I actually liked Mantra and Wonderful Life with Danny Filth. And
so did I,
Medicine wasn't awful to me. It kind of grew on me, so we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that was a good discussion on that too. I'm really happy to lay that out. I'm glad it was brought up too. Thank you to whoever said that.
Yeah.
One.
Okay. Covering them the same week as the Backstreet Boys.
I know. Yeah. That will not be
album does not look good. I'm scared.
Does it? Okay. I have not kept up with the Backstreet Boys, so I am unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have not either.
Okay.
I God help me, I was more of an NSYNC guy.
Yeah.
After Man of the Woods, how does that look now?
I feel really bad about that. Thanks for asking. What the fuck even was Filthy? It was Filthy, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
Filthy.
Yeah, I
It
do
was
remember that.
flannel
Yeah.
fucking a dubstep beat.
I like
Yeah.
that song.
Oh.
I like
Really?
that song.
I
Yeah.
hate that song. I
Because
fucking
you know
hate
what? If you swap Justin Timberlake out with Prince, a lot of people would say that song's genius.
You make a valid point, but we're still stuck with Justin Timberlake, damn it.
Whatever.
Does-
He had a song with Chris Stapleton on that album. That was my favorite hit of this year. So
Okay.
That's a great song. Say something. It's great.
Yeah,
Filthy.
yeah.
And stop. Okay, I don't believe we've done this one either. This is a good one. I know we're all aware of them. Seether.
See, I'm familiar with Seether.
oh boy. Okay.
I am familiar with
God, it's
Seether.
been a while.
We all know them, so that's
No, that
enough.
was a few bands back.
Oh,
actually.
sorry.
I'm sorry, you just opened that up way too wide for me not to consider.
I know. As soon as I said it.
Shenanigans. So
You guys
many
ready?
Shenanigans. Yes. One,
yeah.
2, 3.
I'm sorry. No.
I have to.
Luke, I see some hesitation.
I
in
was.
Luke.
I'm hesitant.
There's a
I will
little
go first. I will
hesitation
go
there.
Hesitation.
I know.
And John, too.
There's a
Okay,
little
I will go
hesitation.
first. Okay, so John and I'll go first, and then Mark and Crash. I'll go first. See, I was someone that goes on the very beginning, you know, back before I Hate Myself, I Hate You, and everything like that. Before Carbon Effect. See, I thought they had... Even then, I never loved Seether back in the days, but I thought they had something. They were unique sounding enough in their album and their style that they set a bit of a different tone. And I really liked Sean's voice at the time, too.
Yeah.
And as time went on, over 10 years of literally the exact same thing. It was not even, they wouldn't dare tone away from that same formula, production style, sound, songwriting, hooks. The hooks sounded the same. I don't even know how that's possible, but they did it. It wasn't until 2017 where they released that album, Poison the Parish, I felt they actually tried more on this one. They still had a lot of same typical Seether fare.
Yeah.
But they also had a lot of other songs that they really reached out on and stretched out. And that's where I was like, wow, this is so much better. This does not even sound like the same band. That being said, though, there's putting the same shoe on every day and wearing that shoe into the ground, but not being man enough to say, I need new shoes. No, they're still good. What are you talking about? I don't need new shoes. It's fine.
That's good.
Everyone likes
That's
the
good
other
analogy.
shoes. Everyone
Like
likes
Sean,
these shoes.
your foot's sticking out.
No,
Like,
it's not. That's just my shoe. That's how my shoe looks, and everyone loves it, right? This is the shoe that made me famous and rich.
Everyone
Sean,
loves
you
it.
have tetanus.
No,
dude.
I don't.
No.
That's just the
That's
color
part
of
of
the
the
shoe.
shoe.
It's special color. What are you talking about?
There's a nail sticking out of it.
That's the nailing back the soul of my shoe and my music. So also, I've met the guys in Seether. They are legitimately nice guys.
Okay,
I
so
like
that's
them a lot.
well,
That's
yeah.
why I was again very hesitant. I don't hate Seether by any means. Hate to see him die.
you're watching them.
I know. I hate to say it, but if it goes that way, I have to give the thumbs down. And John, you were hesitant as well. Maybe not as much as me, but I saw the hesitation. Why are you a thumbs down?
I think they've got some pretty alright singles that are catchy enough, like that are kind of memorable. Like, kind of like you said, like Karma and Effect was definitely a big change in the band. I think they moved to a different label or something at that point in their career. But the early Disclaimer records were pretty good, like Disclaimer 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Karma and Effect has that song Remedy that I think is pretty catchy on there. And then, like you said, they kind of rinsed and repeated for the longest time. They started showing a little bit of sign of life with that 2014 album. What was it? Isolate and Medicate, I think.
Yeah, before Poison
there was a
the
song
Parish.
on there. Yeah, I really liked that song, See You at the Bottom, on that one. And then Poison the Parish had a few more songs that I liked. So overall, there's still more that I dislike than like. But they're showing a few signs that maybe in the future, like since like, they don't have the commercial.
They're on a very slow upswing.
Yeah, they don't have the commercial expectations so much anymore, so maybe they can swing that around.
Yeah. Okay. So that was our opinions on why they get the thumbs down. Now we have to go to the more
The more
Decided.
negative.
yes,
the more
decisive
negative. The
thumbs
negative
down,
negative.
yes. Mark, why do they get the thumbs down?
The thing is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. That song, "Fake It," I really like that song.
That's a fun song.
That is a fun song. It's got some grit to it. There's some punch to it. And honestly, that was my first introduction to them. And going back to them now, to me, Seether was a band searching for an identity that they never quite found. Even that one trick pony they kind of hammered into the ground, like it wasn't a particularly distinctive trick. And I remember didn't they try some sort of country pivot on like I like
Country
to say
song. That's the
Yeah.
one.
It was-
That's the
yeah, it
one
was just
song
like
from
one
Seether.
song.
That was just
actually
one.
like-
That was a one-off.
It was.
was a
That's the
one-off,
one song
but-
that actually like.
It was a one-up, but what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like I heard that.
Excellent
like,
question.
Yeah.
I heard that and I'm like, no. But then the thing is, I went back and I know you guys say they've improved going to Poison the Parish. I thought that album was mediocre. The writing
fair
was
enough.
not
Yeah.
great. I didn't think there was a lot to it. I think the production is really stale, did not have the crunch it should have. And the writing, my God, like that sort of self-flagellating, self-pitying, but also
It
very
is.
critical of everybody. It's a really sour look. It's
That
a
is
bad
Sean
char-
Morgan's staple. Yes.
But it's a
Yes.
bad hangover from the new metal days, and I can't stand it.
Okay, fair enough. And well said too. That's a very good points. And Crash, why do they get the thumbs down?
You know, the thing is, all of you guys have already covered potential points I would have hit. Their sameness, their repetitiveness, their terrible production, Sean's inability to write, usually just most of you have said everything I would say, except that that band came out at my peak sad white boy phase.
Ooh.
Are we
And
gonna
that
get a
was the
hashtag
band
for Sat White Boy phase on this?
Yeah, that was, and Disclaimer, especially Disclaimer 2 with Broken on it. Oh, that
Yeah.
that was me.
I wanted
That was
you to
me.
know.
At,
That
oh,
was the yeah.
I was such a dark boy back in that album. I have darkness and feelings, and my family is really dysfunctional. You wouldn't understand it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let me read you my poetry. It's so like that was me at that age,
I
and
love-
I have so many bad memories.
I love it too because he had the headphones in like he was listening to Seether and he was just
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
only Sean Morgan understands me.
All of you guys are such
Only
fucking
Sean.
hypocrites. No, that was. I just have bad personal memories. I loved it, but they're one of those. Like I've said in past videos, they are my regret band. We all have that one band that we loved to tears, love to tears when we were younger.
Yeah.
But looking
Yeah.
back on it, we were just like,
Burn the yearbook. Yeah.
What was that yearbook moment? That is my yearbook band. That is my yearbook band.
Okay.
personally,
Look
so.
at this photograph.
With me and Seether, it's more personal, you know. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
just really
Sure, same. for
So
the moments
John
that
and I are more sorry, Seether. Mark and Crash are more get out of here, die, Seether. Okay, fair enough. So, however, it's unanimous. Seether has to die in the Rock Coliseum. How does Seether perish?
today's the day they fade.
How would they fade away?
with the gasoline.
Okay, so it's just a thin layer like brushed on them, and that's how they slowly fade away with gasoline from the song.
There we go.
Slowly burn away.
Yes.
Ouch.
They slowly burn away until they're broken.
Yes.
And reincarnation might be a thing, so maybe they'll be fine again.
And then they might rise above this.
Are you getting
they're
all
not,
these
then they can
chat
just
room?
fake it.
Are you writing all this down?
How far can we carry this? Come on, we gotta
Can we
get
not?
more in there.
No.
Yeah,
Let's move
let's stop punning Seether songs. Oh man, that's something I never thought would happen here. Good
That was
suggestion
great.
though. Seether dies. They're burned by gasoline. They will not be fine again. They will be against the wall with their ashes, and they will be broken. Is that enough? Is that enough? Did I catch up?
I guess there's no remedy for this situation.
There it is.
Maybe
There it
someday
is.
some sad cowboy will write a country song about him. So
Guess we'll see
okay.
them at the bottom.
You know what? I'm embarrassed as to how much Seether we all know.
Yeah.
frankly.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
No, I
That's-
have
it was
that's
mostly
the
singles.
I have
indictment
two
of us,
Seether
isn't
albums.
it?
I have Disclaimer and Poison the Pears because it was sent to me. So I'm
I
not
got
embarrassed
Poison
by
the
that
Pears,
one,
so-
but I get why people would be. So
Yeah.
we'll do one more, and then we'll go to halftime where we make our announcement. So Thank you guys again. Keep these suggestions coming. Keep sharing the links. There's been over 300 of you in this the entire time since we started.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
to
so
all
much.
350 of you in the
Yeah,
chat.
see 350 on the dot right now.
Very
Thank you
nice.
guys.
Thank you all very much.
Sharing the links during halftime. Keep telling your friends. We want to get as many people as we can in on this. And stop. Okay. I don't think we've done this one. And this is a good one to talk about. If we have done this one, again, please remind me if we have. I don't think we have, though, because we brought it up earlier, the name. Korn.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have
I don't
either.
think we've done
I just
Korn.
know we've talked about them, but we haven't, we have a decision on them or not. So, do we have an opinion on Korn? Yes?
We have
Yes.
opinions on
Yes.
Korn.
Okay. So, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
it's
we're
such a
split.
complicated
I had
answer,
a
though.
feeling we would be.
Yeah.
I wish we
that's
had an
fine.
era for that one.
Okay. Yeah. So we're split on this. We'll let the cons go on this one with the thumbs down. So Crash, why does Korn get the thumbs down?
Oh, see, the thing is, Korn. Okay, I've already shared. Sad white boy, new metal, angry phase to me.
There better not be
in my
one
high school.
meme about any of us with sad white boy face of us internet.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's totally going to be a thing. I get it. But yeah, no, I had a big phase. I was huge into new metal. I was the new metal kid. I knew more new metal than even a lot of the other kids in my school who knew new metal.
Huh.
And I could never ever get into Korn. It's just so sloppy sounding to me. Like, I get that there's a lot to their sound that is unique. I like the whole idea of the way what's his name? Fieldy, the way he plays his bass with the slap and the very heavy, resonations. John's vocal style is very gritty and raw and shouty, and their drumming was always really super good. I will totally give props to that. David Silvera gave them, even though he is a total douchebag, he gave them some very sick beats, but the music itself just never appealed to me. It's so just like that bass effect. I can't stand it. It sounds like someone trying to type on a old school phonograph while they're trying to,
Morse code.
Yeah, it's Morse code over Jonathan Davis. Daddy, why? Daddy, why? Daddy, why did you do that? No,
That wasn't
no,
enough
I'm
scanning
sorry.
in that, though.
No.
Message not received.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Okay, Mark, why did they get the thumbs down?
I'm actually going to be pretty short with this. I was just not in the right era and demographic of Korn. I missed them. So I only got back to covering Korn in 2012, 2013. Is when I went back to listen to it.
time to come on.
Yeah.
Path of
yeah.
Totality
see,
and-
yeah.
And the thing is, and then
Oh,
I did a bunch of reading about Korn because I was reading a bunch of articles surrounding how new metal became a thing because I was fascinated by it.
Yeah.
And you hear stories about how Jonathan Davis grew up and how he was just this angsty friggin' dude. And the thing that always bothered me about Korn is the weird contradiction between the angst, but how macho and aggressive it was about it. It was this weird feedback loop of nihilism I never liked, and I got the feeling all of his band hated him too. And it's just this. It's
Maybe.
weird and toxic and kind of icky.
It is. It's a very icky band. Like, have you listened to Adidas these days?
Yeah.
Have you listened to that song lately?
Okay.
Wow.
And that song that he did with what's it called? Fred Durst.
All
All in the Family.
in the
I remember that one.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
You
see,
got-
Korn does not hold up terribly well over time.
No, All in the Family is something that I would not go back to. I heard
Okay, I won't. I don't plan on it tonight. So, John, why do they get the thumbs up?
I'll say this: like, I'm not extremely experienced with Korn's discography by any means. Like, especially their early stuff. I got into them with the song "Twisted Transistor." If
Oh,
that
God.
says anything
wow.
about
Okay.
when I
Later
got
in the
into them.
Again, you got in at like just time too. Oh,
Yeah, just in time to kind of see that side of Korn, and obviously I went back and I knew, and I still kind of enjoy Follow the Leader, at least parts of that, Untouchables, but they went through this weird phase where they were just so like boring. At least if you could say anything about them, there was at least some energy and some octane behind them. But after See You on the Other Side, they went through like 3 albums before they got into their dubstep phase that were just so lifeless that I didn't give a shit about them at all. And then they went all dubstep and stuff on The Path of Totality, and that one did not age well at all. No. It sounds really, really bad. But they came back after that, and I liked the paradigm shift a lot. So, and I like some of the songs off of the last album too, like Rotting in Vain.
Serenity of Suffering,
Serenity of Suffering. Yeah, I liked a few songs on that pretty well. So we'll see how the new album turns out.
Okay. And my thing about it, I was like kind of the opposite of that. I was a very sandwiched timeline. So knew about Korn at the very beginning, all the way through Issues and Follow the Leader, and then fell off. It wasn't that I just didn't like it, I just didn't pay attention to Korn. I came back in 2012 with Path of Totality, did not like what I heard, just because it was like, this is the same band. No, how is he's? I thought he was clean. I didn't think he was on drugs anymore. What are you talking about?
That's what you thought.
And then, but they started doing back again, like we talked about that upswing. They started doing back. I like the Serenity of Suffering just fine.
Yeah,
you know, and Narcissistic Cannibal and things like that too. It's you know, I don't love Korn, but I like Korn. The music in the beginning and current is fine. They went through that
I'll
big
stand up
phase
for the music.
From like, I want to say 2004, 2005, Untouchables, all the way to 2014. So at least a good 10 years of either forgettable, bland, or ew, heck no. You know?
Yeah.
But the reason I give the thumbs up, the stuff in the beginning in the 90s was good, I thought. I know Crash hates the bass playing. I like it.
I do too.
I'm very different about that. I love Fieldy's slap.
I realize I'm in the minority with but it's just it's grating on me. It's a
for
severe
me. I just find it kind of derivative of what Faith No More was doing a decade earlier.
Thank you.
Korn is not in Faith No More's wheelhouse. That's,
ballpark.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I still say thumbs up just because I do think they have the most memorable stuff. However, Chutes and Ladders is one of the dumbest songs to ever be played on the rock radio. Get out of here with that. You are
Go listen to All in the Family and then tell me that's dumb.
See, I mean,
no, it is dumb, but I don't want to listen to All in the Family just because I don't want to have to make. Okay, so anyway,
punishment.
2 things. One, we need to decide on how Korn gets slapped around because they have to be punished. How do we? Every time that Jonathan Davis tries to scat, he gets electrocuted.
I actually have a better anecdote because I remember hearing back in after Follow the Leader, apparently they got in an argument because remember that Jonathan Davis loved to play in the bagpipes a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. He still does
another wonderful thing about that band.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird. And but the thing is, apparently he had a big passage of bagpipes they wanted to put on their next album. And apparently it was deemed as uncommercial by the rest of the band. And what the band did is in the middle of the recording session, they start shouting at him, "We want a bigger house. We want a bigger house. We want a bigger house." Just because they wouldn't want him to go so uncommercial at that time. I think that's the crime, that they're just subjected to that shout against all the dubstep words.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I'm on board with that.
We want a bigger house. Okay, the second point, Crash, I didn't hear your impression of Jonathan Davis. How does it go again?
Oh, dang it, I roped myself into this.
Scatting, please.
I'm sorry. That's the thing. So
he
much.
sang a song about daddy? Was that how it goes?
Every song of Korn just sounds like
Daddy, why? Oh, Daddy, why?
Daddy, why did you do Daddy? Why? Daddy, why?
Daddy, why?
Got a bing dong. Ooh, da da ding da. Ooh, da da ding da.
Okay, I'm not even gonna attempt proper Jonathan Davis scats, but
Wow.
And then you hear him talk. So Daddy Why is actually a song about my upbringing. I like Jonathan Davis, but yes, that's
totally
Davis.
him. That's totally
no argument here. That was Jonathan Davis live in concert, folks. So that's a good halfway point. Way to cap it off before we go into halftime. So this is going to be a little break just for a few minutes to recap. Please share the links again. We really want to get as many people. There's 350 in here still. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
I gotta quickly jump out to grab that power.
Okay, go ahead. Go and grab that. This is a good time for it. I want to make the halftime announcement. So, while I say halftime repeatedly, there's a good reason for that. As I've talked to these gentlemen, Mark included, some of you are aware that we are getting a halftime Super Bowl performance special. Mark and Crash, can you tell everyone who that special halftime performance is?
It's our good old friends and lovely daddies, Maroon 5.
For the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl!
Featuring special guest performances from Travis Scott and Big Boy from Outkast.
I can hear people turning off their TVs now 3 weeks in the future. However, why do that when we can have fun with it and give you something to watch? So, during halftime of the Super Bowl, we'll probably tune in and start streaming live about 5 minutes in at the end of the second quarter. We will be doing a live stream riffage of the 2019 Super Bowl halftime show. All four of us talking, laughing, watching the screen. We won't be able to show it, but this is kind of like a Riff Tracks, Mystery Science Theater version where you can just watch along, and I'll show the link later, and just watch along with us as we discuss what the heck the NFL decided for us as entertainment.
I still hope it's going to be good.
Okay, and that's fine. My opinion, and this is all our predictions so far, I think it'll be a highly produced, spectacular looking, terrible sounding mess. I do not trust Adam Levine to put his ego aside to do something stupid. I don't know what that is. That's just
I don't think it's going to be Adam Levine. I think it's going to be Travis Scott that's going to save this.
Okay, that's fine.
Agreed.
Okay,
We will see.
Yeah,
And I
will
put
see.
money on Drake coming out.
As a surprise.
Yep. With sicko mode being as big as it is.
I agree, but see, they would have advertised him though as the key if that was going to happen as a guest, as the main.
But
I think Travis Scott is big enough right now on his own that it's still going to be a big draw. It's just got to be that over-the-top water cooler next day everybody's talking about it moment if they do that.
I guess, yeah. Oh, it'll be a water cooler moment. The Super Bowl always is alone, but the halftime show this year, it could be the equivalent of Bruce Springsteen sliding crotch first into the camera, but that for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, God.
Poor guy.
Yeah, all I'll say is if they do Girls Like You, I'm gonna just...
And we hear Travis Scott doing Cardi B's verse.
that might make it worth it.
And Wiz Khalifa's verse on Payphone.
Yes! With that Big Boy does
honestly,
Wiz Khalifa.
I'd be okay
Travis
with the
Scott
latter
does
one,
Girls.
but Cardi B's, that was just weird.
That'd be very weird.
Right? That would be so
I hope
weird.
Cardi B is actually in like one of the nice suites at the Super Bowl watching this. Like, what the heck?
She was supposed to be there originally.
Yeah.
She was, but she says she's not going to do it, period, at all. Like, I think she's most of this year off.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, you know what? Fine.
Yeah,
I mean, the NFL is in dire straits right now for whatever, whether you believe in the political side or the not. That's your own opinion. You can't deny, though, NFL is in a bit of a rough spot. And I don't know if this halftime show is going to be something they can talk about in a positive way.
As long as the Patriots don't win.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
No,
we
please
all
not
agree they
again.
probably are going to the Super Bowl, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see the Chiefs go because Kansas City rarely has things to cheer for. I
I
don't
want
think they'll get
Kansas
past them.
City to go there. That'd be good.
Yeah, dude.
I'm rooting for New Orleans to go all the way. I think they can put up the best fight against New England. So
However, Tom Brady said he would retire after 2 more Super Bowl rings, so maybe we should just get it over with.
No. Speaking as a Colts fan, fuck that. Super duper fuck that.
yeah, he's the only one of us that had a team here, I believe, right?
What's that?
Was Crash the only one that had his team in the playoffs this year?
Oh, yeah, not me.
I think we're in the playoffs.
You were in the first round, but then you went out. Yeah,
I think we went out in the first round. Yeah, I haven't been keeping great tabs
that's fine.
this year
But I get
necessarily,
that.
but
Yeah, so it's probably going to be.
I mean, the way Indianapolis has been playing the last few years,
you made the playoffs. That's something.
that's something.
Screwed by
I'll take what I can get these days. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I think that's very well said. So, are you guys ready to start round 2? We made the special announcement. Okay, really quickly also, I'll say this now. I'll make this really fast before we start going into the super chats. One other thing besides halftime, and I'll make the announcement too. We'll start spreading this out tomorrow. One cool thing we're trying, this is just discussion by the way, nothing concrete, nothing permanent, no plans. Con Bravo is a big festival in Canada in July. It's been going on, this will be their 10th year anniversary. We would love to do Rock Coliseum live in front of an audience. That's why I wanted so many people to start spreading links and watch live here right now. There's still so many of you here. We would love to do something like this live in front of a panel.
Absolutely.
So the more you guys talk about Con Bravo on Twitter, they're at Tweet Bravo. And the more of you that know about these conventions like MagFest, Con Bravo, PAX East, whatever, I mean, the more press that we can give in a good way, that would help us out a ton. Because, again, this is just talk. We don't have any confirmation. We don't even really know the direct people. We would love to do something like this, though, at Con Bravo. So
Agreed.
that's just something to keep in mind. That's far in the future, and not far, but that's 6 months in the future, and that's just tentative, just an idea.
Just
Halftime riffage is going to happen, and it could either be fantastic or a disaster.
I meant to ask, is it okay that I'm drunk for that? Because
yes,
I have a
Sunday. That's fine.
I have a stream. I actually have a stream that day because I'm streaming the first Sunday of every month now, and it just so happened that everything is falling on the same day.
Okay. Ours won't be that long, too. It's not going to be a 2-hour stream. It'll be like 30 minutes at best.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect.
so this will be a quick
Maybe
thing.
a little bit drunk.
That's totally fine. Drunk Maroon 5.
To get through Maroon 5,
The hilarious thing is that this won't be the first Super Bowl halftime stream I have followed in some way. Because I actually saw the Sage Francis B. Dolan stream reacting to Justin Timberlake last year, and that was something.
Oh, I bet.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah.
No, that's because
Okay.
B. Dolan hates Justin Timberlake with a passion.
Oh.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
We can still hear you.
There I am.
Okay, there you are. There you are.
You know what I did?
I thought you were green screening
It's an
yourself there.
OBS.
Yeah.
I pushed the YouTube message thing to do the message for the super chats and stuff, and I just went green. I'm like, oh crap, what happened? But it's okay. I'm still here. Can everyone still see me in the chat? Bye, Luke. I'm still here. Back. Okay. Can you guys still see me? Luke's
Yes.
gone green. Hi, Luke. Okay, someone sees me
Okay,
now.
yeah, you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Luke.
So, to the super chats. Yay!
Yes.
We're going to go through as many as we
Yay.
can while being fair. If we don't have time, we will send out the list. I will make a sheet, and then we'll get back all the thumbs up and thumbs down and our reasoning why, if need be. So thank you guys again for all your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing out the links. Still over 300 of you here. That is huge for YouTube
Wow.
for us.
Yes.
So
To stay
great.
that engaged this
Guys,
long, that's
that's
a
so
big
awesome.
deal. Especially for... Come on, look at us. We're regular guys. We are not big names like, well, John has 100K, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not, you get what I mean though. We're not superstars. We're not the big name streamers. So this is huge for us. Thank you that we get this attention.
Thank you,
I
guys.
really
Absolutely.
And we'll try to
Absolutely,
be
guys.
a little quicker on these so we
Yes.
can get to as many super chats as
I
we
will.
can. 'Cause
Yeah.
We want to get to as
Yeah,
many as we
so,
can.
Yeah.
again, also for the same rule, if we don't know the band, we might give a shoulder shrug just because we're not going to know everything on these. So let's get started. The first one that we saw before we even started, thank you again to everyone that did super chats. Immortal, the band, metal band. So, who's out? I'm out just because
I'm
I do
out.
not know enough about Immortal.
I'm out.
I think I'm out too. I know a little bit, but
Go ahead, Mark.
All right, I'll stick with this. For me, it's a thumbs up, but with a heavily qualified thumbs up. For a black metal band starting out and for what they did to start off the genre in the early to mid-90s, I have a ton of respect for them.
Okay.
That said, some of the genre pivots they did in the late 90s and 2000s are seriously questionable. Some of the thrash stuff they tried, some of the prog stuff they tried, they did not click. I mostly was okay with their return to form in recent years, but it's not the same. I'll just be honest, it's not the same.
Okay, so thumbs up, but just kind of barely on the... Go
Yeah.
ahead. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for
Not
that.
the black metal I like.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. That was from Outright Misfit, by the way. Thank you very much, Outright Misfit, for Immortal. From Racer 24T, Maroon 5's rock albums. Two of
that's
them.
right.
The
Yeah.
two of them.
All two.
all two of them,
Yes.
all both.
Okay, so
All
that would be
both.
Songs About Jane and...
It won't be soon before long.
No.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, it won't be soon before long. Yeah. Okay, so we have an opinion?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
we'll keep these quick, too. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I figured that one would be
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Okay, I'll go really quick. I'm going to bring this up in the Regretting the Past for Overexposed, which is going to come out the very last day of this month. Maroon 5 wrote that pop rock line. They wrote it fine. Songs About Jane is fine. It's solid. Even for those two albums, at their worst, they were still harmless. There are good songs, though. Adam Levine was not bad. He didn't rely on living in a production and Pro Tools nightmare. He was more involved in the music. It really felt that way. It felt more like he was making something. So that's just for me. John, why do they get the thumbs up for those two albums?
Well, the biggest difference was the fact that Adam Levine was actually writing these songs. If you look at the writing credits on any of their recent albums, there's like 12, 15 people credited for writing some of these songs, and they're 12 to 15 to 100 times worse than the early stuff.
How do you do
You
that?
took it back to the
15
more
people.
simple times when he maybe wasn't overthinking stuff as much. I mean, I obviously really like songs about Jane, but I'm going to take it a step further and say that I really love their second album. Everything from If I Never See Your Face Again, some of the deep cuts that I think people forget about, like Kiwi.
And I have forgotten, though.
Yeah, there's some great stuff in there, honestly. There was a little bit of funk, a little bit of pop rock pizzazz that was their own unique brand, and I liked that. But after that...
Yeah. Okay. Mark, why do they get the thumbs up for those first two?
I'll be pretty quick about this. Maroon 5 were always a pretty solid pop rock band. I'd never put them among the upper tier of bands for me, but they were quality. They write good hooks. There was enough funk to be credible, which I think is a real struggle for a lot of pop rock bands that try to get funky.
Agreed.
And you know what? Adam Levine, I agree with you, John. When they wasn't trying as hard, like to actually make a hit, when he was just leaning back and leaning into his cool before he got kind of smarmy with songs like Misery, he was good. Like songs on that album, like Makes Me Wonder is a great song. I'll say it right now. I think it's if it won't be soon before long, I think it's their second album. I think it's better than songs about Jane.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm right there with you on that.
And Crash, why do they get the thumbs up for those first two albums?
I'll be the weird contrarian here and say I like songs better than the second album, only because I remember it a little bit better. Like, I swear to God, like, I like those two albums because, like you guys say, you know, it wasn't so convoluted. It was the band actually trying to be a band as opposed to being a product. Like, there is actual genuine, you know, it's nothing it's nothing that reinvents the wheel or anything, but they were a solid as hell pop rock band that, like you said, Luke, rode that line so damn well. And you know what? I know, say whatever you want to about how Adam Levine sounds these days. I agree with you 100%. But on songs about Jane, that motherfucker could belt. Sunday Morning is an absolute jam.
There was soul there. There was soul.
Yeah, just that she is all I... In darkness, she is all I see. Oh, he sells it.
I highly doubt we'll hear that at the Super Bowl. There's no chance.
Exactly.
No chance.
Exactly.
I think we will. If Justin Timberlake's breaking out NSYNC songs,
that's Justin Timberlake. Not
that's Justin Timberlake.
It's the Super Bowl. They want him to appeal to as many possible.
That's true.
So.
Okay, that's another thing. Like, Justin recognizes where he comes from, and he has love for his early days. Adam has basically thrown away his early legacy.
Yeah, he's like, the voice made me.
Great songs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, see?
I agree.
And it's like,
Okay. Well, the first
That's a
two albums
shame.
get the thumbs up. They survive. So that era of Maroon 5, the thumbs up. I think that's for a lot of people, too. Even the Maroon 5 detractors would even say that. So, you know.
Yeah, I love those albums.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Agreed.
that one. From Outright Misfit, Sublime. This is one we did on either the first or second Rock Coliseum. Exactly. So just give our thumbs up and thumbs down really quick. I was just barely a thumbs down for Sublime. Yeah.
I was a big thumbs down.
Okay. So that was ours. John's your
by the way-
supporter. I don't hate Sublime. I just never got the huge following this band had.
Yeah.
So
By the way,
that's-
guys, I'm sorry. I'm seeing in the chat that I'm having some mic problems. Am I sounding
I
okay?
hear
I'm
you
coming through to
fine.
you guys okay, right? Okay.
Okay.
I've
Okay,
heard maybe
so-
a couple of like very slight, like 1 second, like it cuts out, but it
might
comes
be-
right back.
It might just
Okay.
be
I heard a little bit of that too, but it was right during the middle of you singing.
Okay, so it's
Hilarious.
It might be.
It just happened to you, Mark. You just cut
Just
out
a
for a
little blip.
second.
So there might be a
Yeah,
bandwidth
no.
thing. Sorry, guys. I cannot help that part, but we're doing okay. I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
So
It
next,
just sounds like we're censoring ourselves.
Yes,
just let us know,
exactly.
guys. Let us know.
every
Okay,
time you
yeah.
hear that little blip, it's profanity.
In darkness, beep, 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 beep.
From Outright Misfit, Morbid Angel. I'm unfortunately out. I haven't heard enough to really.
Out.
You know.
I'm kind of
Don't
I'm the same. I've
Okay.
I've heard a lot, but I just don't have much of an opinion.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Fair enough. I haven't heard
sorry.
enough. So okay. So
Sorry
about
appreciate that one, Outright Misfit. We just don't have enough to really give an opinion on that.
Yeah.
So from AJ Kami, sorry if I'm mispronouncing. I probably will for this. From AJ, early Beatles, pre-Rubber Soul.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
I think that's a good one. So we all have an opinion. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, I was like, Luke.
I know.
Oh!
I'll go first too. I was hesitant.
Okay.
hesitant. The reason why
I know where you live.
you don't know my address yet, sir. You're gonna walk around in the snow in St. Louis asking door by door where I am.
Is Luke here?
Where is he? See, the reason why I love the later Beatles when they were doing everything. They were getting unhinged. They were not only unhinged, they were unchained from any restraints. They had total creativity. Early Beatles for me, boy oh boy, were nailed down to a formula and a T, and they were still learning their instruments. Ringo. However, I still give the thumbs up because even if I wasn't crazy about the early Beatles, I still like them. I just don't love them as much as later Beatles. I mean, that's the stuff that I can't get enough of. That's just my opinion. That's why I was very tentative about early Beatles. So I still give the thumbs up. So no more judgmental fingers or pretentious T-shirts or whatever.
Glaring looks.
Yes. Okay. John, before you come to my door and look where I live, why do you think they get the thumbs up? Well, sorry, we'll try to keep these quicker, guys. I apologize.
I mean, it's the Beatles. There's not too many arguments that I think I could make that's going to say anything new. I've known them since I was like 3 or 4 years old. It's the first stuff that I ever remember hearing. My parents played it all the time, and I've grown up with it, and it's aged well.
I would say good job for the parents. Good job.
Yeah, good for them. Okay. Yeah, agreed.
Quickly, Mark, Crash, why do they get the thumbs up?
I will say that I am a bigger when the Beatles absolutely expanded their minds after Rubber Soul, drugs. Even back when they were a more straightforward, just pop band to hit the charts, they hit those charts with some damn solid ass tunes. Yeah. God dang it. Freaking Help is an absolute jam.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
Yesterday.
See, I'm getting my Beatles. It's not my preferable Beatles. It's not my favorite Beatles, but it's still Beatles, and it's still absolutely solid and foundational to everything else we listen to these days. I'm done.
Awesome. And Mark, why the thumbs up?
I think the only thing I got to say here is that given how many other bands tried to rip off early Beatles, it was a sign that early Beatles were doing something really right. Yep. And when you're that rock solid, I gotta give you props. And I think the pop side of Beatles honestly doesn't get enough acclaim.
Okay.
Sure.
Fair enough.
That's fair. Yeah.
Good points. Awesome. Good discussion. Thank you for that, AJ. From Rodor, which is a funny name to say, Billy Talent.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, why do they get the thumbs up?
Canadian band as well.
Who are these Mounties pointing guns at you behind the camera, making sure you say only good things about Canadians?
No. Here's the thing. I was not into Billy Talent in my teenage years at all. That was the time I was supposed to be into Billy Talent, and I wasn't. Then Red Flag happened, and that song just rules.
Yeah.
And it was just a ton of fun. I really enjoyed how that band brought things together. I can't complain about them. They kind of have faded a little bit now, but they still tour in Canada. They do fine.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Crash, why do they get the thumbs up? Or Billy Talent?
I've been following Billy Talent since their first album, and
wow,
they just have so many good bops. So much of their stuff. They're kind of a solid kind of workhorse kind of band. You know, they're not doing anything that reinvents the wheel too much, but they are extremely, extremely good at the kind of sound they have built up. And also, it's a little personal. They were one of those much music bands I heard about that nobody else knew. So I got to be music snobby about them too. So, here's a song called "Try Honestly." It's really great, isn't it? You guys probably haven't heard it. No, Billy Talent, solid as hell band, and that last album was surprisingly damn good. I really like their last one. So, very.
I'll go next. That was the one that was surprisingly. I don't remember the name of it. The first full Billy Talent album I heard from front to back. I just never really invested into it, but I liked everything I heard. And that's what kind of caused me to go back and listen to stuff like Red Flag, and I don't remember. I'm bad with names right now. There's so many other ones, but still, everything there. It's just it's such good music. It's not stuff you have to really lie down and just really contemplate and digest. You don't have to. It's good. I'll keep mine
There's,
short
there's
on
nothing
that.
wrong with that. It's just good, solid, and that's all it has to be.
It's not
That's
Coheed
all
and
it has
Cambria
to
where
be.
you have to have like 4 bibliographies and English old
A
English
reference
dictionary.
guide.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, and John, why did Billy Talent get the thumbs up?
I was introduced to them from the Burnout 3 or else Burnout Revenge soundtrack.
Yeah, there
I
was
can't
a
remember which
soundtrack.
one it was. Yeah.
I want to say Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I think it was, I didn't have that one, so I think it might have been Revenge, actually.
Okay.
I think I was around like 05. I got into Red Flag then. Then I went back, I heard some of the other songs. Fallen Leaves, still one of my favorites to this day. Rusted from the Rain, is that another one?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love that song. Love that song. Their vocalist is really charismatic, I think, for a rock group, and that's what sold me on it, was the fact that at first I was like, okay, this is a little bit strange, and this was back in like 05, but I hadn't heard a ton of stuff like that. But I think that Billy Talent were one of those bands early on that made me like more dynamic and more charismatic singers like that. So I like a lot of their stuff. I really liked their album Dead Silence a few years back, and their most recent one was really solid.
Awesome. Very good. Thumbs up all around. Very good one. Good suggestion. From Jack in the Box, now I'm hungry. Solo Bob Mold. I have to back out on that.
I'm not familiar enough to speak.
I have a little bit of opinion
Really
in
quick,
saying
you wanna
that
give it-
solid,
Okay.
solid, good stuff. But I prefer Husker Du. Husker Du. I'm probably not saying that. Right.
Husker Juice.
Husker Du. Thank you. I prefer Husker, but you know Bob Mold's out there making it happen. He's still putting out good stuff, and hey, more power to him.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Good suggestion. From Geeky Steven, Rise Against.
We already did that one.
I think we already
Oh,
did
did
that
we?
one too. Let's just
Oh,
do the
okay.
thumbs really quick. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this was unanimous
Big.
for us. Come on.
My top
Yeah.
10 on them drops in less than 2 weeks.
Hey,
Nice.
good timing on that one then.
Good
Geeky
timing.
Steven.
Good
Keep an eye out
plug.
for that on John's
Excellent
channel. From Hail Strike, that's a name. New Year's Day.
The
Anyone else
band.
familiar with them? Yeah.
The band or the U2 song?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what I
the
was
band?
saying.
Warp
The band I'm
Tory
going
type
with.
band? The Warp Tory band that has a
Yeah,
lot of
they
makeup?
are. They just toured with Hailstorm in this moment. Female lead singer that dyes half her hair red.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm out. Yeah,
You two
sorry.
are out. John, are you in or out?
I'll be in, I guess.
Okay.
You, Luke?
Yeah, I'm in.
You in?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're split.
Oh.
I'll just go really quick. I haven't heard a full album from New Year's Day. I do like her voice. It's fine. I think it's serviceable. There's nothing bad about it. I think she has the gimmick she's going for. I think she should branch out from a little bit, but I still enjoy it just fine. And
Yeah.
they have the good song Haunted that's on radio now, like a little bit of FM, but it's a lot more on Sirius and XM, but still it's worth checking out. So that's why I give the thumbs up. I don't love it, but it's fine. John, why did they get the thumbs down?
I caught their set at Warp Tour this past year when it was raining and we were kind of trapped under the pavilion and I had really no other choice. And so I ended up
Wow, there's an endorsement if I ever heard one.
So yeah, I did think it was a little gimmicky. I really didn't care for it. I did hear a few non-live songs. I checked them out on Spotify after that. But just the vibe that I got overall was just very generic, like the things that the singer was saying and stuff in between songs, and then the lyrics that I did pick up on.
Okay.
Wasn't a fan, but that could change if I have not, like you, Luke, I haven't heard a full album, so I
Fair
can't say
enough.
too much.
Gotcha. That's fine. And so I get that. And for punishment, I think it's safe to say that the singer, who's lovely, has to stop dyeing her hair and is never allowed to dye her hair the half color ever again.
Or she's trapped in a Groundhog Day type scenario where it's always New Year's Eve but never hits.
New Year's Day, where she can't perform.
Oh, damn. Never mind. Myself out.
I still want to sing the U2 song.
Yeah, me too. I'm still hung up on that. That's like my favorite YouTube song.
That's a thumbs up for me. So
Yeah.
Well, that U2, that was from their, I'd like to say, second best album. That was from War.
Yeah, that was from
That was a
War.
Joshua
That
Tree.
was that album's full of great stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Okay, from Jared Stone, Gary Clark Jr. also has Crash gotten his royalties for the SNL skit?
I wish I deserve
Great skit.
royalties for that. Thank you very much, Lorne. I'll cash my check whenever you send it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's got.
Just for
Stealing my
context, to
shtick.
explain what this was a skit on SNL where they went into an extended digression about Weezer. And I'm fairly certain at least somebody had been watching and giving extensive notes from what Crash put out.
They had to. They had to. There was some of that shit is just straight up plagiarism.
Who was
it?
It
Just
Chris
it has
Pratt?
to.
Who was
be.
in the bit? Chris Pratt, or was it someone else?
Matt Damon.
Matt
was in
Damon.
it.
Matt Damon.
It was
Okay.
Matt Damon.
Yeah. Matt Damon has money.
Like
and
it was,
not. I don't even see him as a Weezer fan. So
yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Really.
fair enough.
Who do you think wrote that sketch that watches Crash?
I know who wrote it. I read the interview afterwards. I'm going to send it to you guys.
Okay, we'll do that,
okay.
and then we'll find out if he has a YouTube channel, and then find out if he's subscribed to Crash. And
there we go.
We'll know. Very good.
Yeah.
Gary Clark
If he's
Jr.
smart, he will have put himself on incognito. It's SNL. They're not as smart,
It's worth trying. It's worth trying. We have to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gary Clark Jr.
No
Okay.
opinion.
No idea.
Yeah.
No
I
idea.
don't-
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Thank you for the thing, but for Jared, appreciate the support, and we will get Crash his money. We will find a way. Water
I'm gonna get
Blanc.
my money.
Water
Don't
Blanc.
take my money from me. I'm gonna get my money.
This person's name is Water Blanc. I don't know why I like saying that so much. Manowar.
Waterbonk.
Who?
Oh, Manowar.
Manowar.
Okay.
Yeah, you got something. I'm gonna stay out of this one because I have not heard enough. So
I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Crash and Mark on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Happy faces.
Yeah,
I've only
come
heard
on.
very bits. but it's-
Who doesn't like Manowar?
I know,
can
yeah,
you
I
not
like
like
it fine, but I
Manowar?
can't make an opinion. It's yeah.
Manowar is such a
Mark.
goofy band in that sort of proto power metal side. Like, I can't hate Manowar. Like,
Yeah.
they come out with the metal bar every time I go there, and all the guys who are in like their starting like 25 to about 58, all the guys in the heavy leather jackets, the long hair, and all the patches. And they're just like, they just get a misty-eyed look in their eyes. It's just a wonderful experience.
No,
Okay.
it's great. It's great.
Okay, that's awesome. Crash quickly. Thumbs up. Why?
I have to give it up to Manowar. Those plus they are a frequent contributor to my bad album covers series.
Yeah.
Just those guys are the definitive band that Strong Bad would like.
Okay. Limousine.
Just
Gotcha.
just beefy shirts and beefy men with beefy vests and they're fighting the world, guys. I will end my comments on this. Other bands play, Manowar kills.
That's a good slogan, actually.
Yeah, no, that's one of the that is from their song "Fighting the World," because of course it is.
Very good. Hail Strike, Tremonti, Mark Tremonti's other band, his own solo project band. I'm in on this one. Anyone else?
I'm out.
I
No.
can jump in on this one. I
Okay.
can jump in.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can give it a thumbs up. Yeah,
I'll go really quick. A Dying Machine is their latest album that came out. His latest album. It's pretty solid. You got to
Yeah.
understand. Mark Tremonti is a technical guitar player,
yes.
precise to a fault, and he knows how to play. This is his baby. So just for that alone, I think that's enough to sell it on it. That's all I'll say about that. Crash?
Yeah, I don't have too much else to say outside of that. I'm not as familiar. I actually got the chance to review a Dying Machine on my channel here fairly recently. Quest. But yeah, I was super impressed. Again, it's that Tremonti style, so whether you're a fan or not is really going to dictate how that flows with you. But if you are, dude sells it.
But
Dude
what about
sells
Scott Stapp? Does he... Well, come on.
Oh,
kidding.
well, okay,
Joke.
okay, 0 out of 10, worst of the year.
Wow.
I know.
From Toon Dude 10, Heaven Shall Burn.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Now.
Never even heard of it.
Haven't either.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Toon Dude. Just don't know it. Thank you again for the support.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, from Water Blanc, Lacuna Coil.
Ah, okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have to keep these quick. We'll do it on 3.
Yeah.
1,
I know Mark's.
2, 3. I'm a thumbs up.
I'm a hesitant.
Okay,
I knew
hesitant
Mark
thumbs
would
up.
be.
My heart.
Okay, fair
Hesitant
enough.
thumbs up.
Mark, why would you like to give the thumbs down?
I wouldn't. You know what Crash was describing as the yearbook band? That's
Really?
Lacuna Coil for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
And I'll say this
Okay.
because you know what? I used to love Lacuna Coil. I'm going back to Karma Code, going back to Shallow Life, going back to the
Police was the one I
original
got into.
side of things. Those were albums I really loved. And yet, ever since then, for me, it's been a steady downhill since Dark Adrenaline. And I even think there's glimmering high points. I think Broken Crown Halo has Die and Rise. That song fucking rules.
Yeah.
But then the 2016 album, Delirium is a bad album. It's bad. They tried this deathcore thing. I get that there are people who are into that sound, but I did not like it. And frankly, it really brought to the forefront all the production issues that band has had for years.
Okay. I'll go somewhat quickly. That's a band like Korn where I was into them. I took a big break, just couldn't keep up, and then I got back into them. When I saw them live, I've seen them live twice. Sorry, my pen just dropped when I was writing down notes. I've seen them live twice. I like seeing them play. I think they're hindered by losing more and more members that were key proponents to their sound.
Yeah, agreed.
Not everything's I got in on during Coliseum days back in 2004, and then after that,
album.
Yeah, it is. And then I didn't even mind Delirium, and I know I'm on the outlier of that, but still, that was me. So, but at the same time, I'm on the thumbs up. I don't love them, but I like them just fine. So that's just leave it at that. John, why do they get the thumbs up?
I'm more of a singles guy when it comes to them. I'm not extremely well versed in their back catalog or anything. I reviewed a couple of their albums, but I also don't know a ton about them. I just know that I like the sound of certain songs from them, like Heaven's a Lie, which I love. Trip the Darkness. Other song names are evading me right now, but I like their overall sound. I like their vocalist. I know a lot of people, for some reason, their sound, I feel is a little bit more distinct than this, but a lot of people just throw them in the same lane as Evanescence, and I don't think that's 100%.
I don't think that's fair.
That is not fair at all.
I don't think that's fair, but I get the comparison.
Yeah.
I think I like them a little bit more than Evanescence, honestly, at this point.
They've had more albums that are good.
Agreed.
So Crash, quickly, why did they get the thumbs up?
Honestly, to me, it's you guys have already covered a lot of the big issues. I would say, their revolving door policy with members. They just and the way they keep shifting their sound into places it really shouldn't go. But the early stuff, like you say, stuff like Heaven's a Lie, stuff like Comalese, their early stuff still holds up, I posit. I still think it holds up to at least a certain degree.
It's dreary, though. It's really
It is a little on the dreary side, but
the old stuff they pulled off well, though. That's my opinion.
It's pulled off well. It is
on
that
the
style.
Counterpoint, their cover of Enjoy the Silence nowhere near as good as yours.
Oh no, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly there. Yeah.
So that was a good one for discussion. They do live. From Alterity, 45 Grave.
Unfamiliar. Yeah,
okay,
I'm
sorry.
out.
Appreciate the support. Just don't know it. Have to move on.
Sorry.
I reviewed Alterity's album, so.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, Alterity. There you go from Mark. From Brandon Barrenfield, Story of the Year. No one ever talks about them. You guys know Story of the Year?
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I know
Story of the
them.
Year.
I know them.
St. Louis band.
It's been a long time, but I know them.
Yeah,
They're
same
getting
here.
back together.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They
So-
are.
Didn't they already get back together once?
They did, yes, but they were
Yeah,
they were at
I
the
think
Warped
this is-
Tour in St. Louis, and I'm supposed to be shooting them next month.
Oh.
So, we'll have to do this really quick. On 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I give
I'm
a
just barely
hesitant.
enough, but yes.
A hesitant down.
Down,
A very
okay.
hesitant down.
2 to 1. Fair enough.
No.
Again,
Yeah.
I'll just be very quick on mine. After Page Avenue, they didn't do much, but they were still harmless. It's fine,
Yeah. And
They're
you know
not the
what?
worst.
My comments mirror that exactly. Page Avenue had some really surprisingly good stuff on it. If only
And the
for
hero will
nostalgia.
drown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff on there. If only just because I'm nostalgic for it, but it is still pretty solid. But man, nothing else I've ever heard from those guys. Just,
Okay. And John, anything else?
I'm just gonna leave it at kind of what Crash said. I kind of echo those sentiments there. I like songs on Page Avenue, but outside of that, never did anything for me.
Yeah.
They're not worth disliking, in my opinion.
No.
See, at the same time, yeah.
I get
I hadn't even
that.
thought about them in ages. So
Right.
Yeah.
2 to 1.
Doesn't sound like I'm missing anything.
Yeah.
no.
No, not really.
Not really. Check out Page Avenue, maybe. I don't think it'd be up your alley necessarily, but
Fair.
Okay.
And just to clarify, when Luke said he was going to shoot them in a few months, he is a photographer.
photography.
Take care of
people.
Story of the Year.
Until the day you die. No.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Back
was
with a vengeance.
Okay. Oh.
Anyway, I see the next three on the screen. Two of them I know are going to get some reactions. We'll do this one first. What is your opinion on Epica? And that's from Goku's son, DBZ.
Okay.
Epica?
I got one.
It's been I'm gonna have to say I'm out. I haven't heard enough.
Yeah, I haven't heard enough either. I like what I heard. I have not heard enough. Mark, you're the
All right, I'll do this really quick. Thumbs up. Epica was a band for a while I did not get into. They are probably one of the most literate and ambitious symphonic metal bands that is putting out music to this day. Lyrically, they are on a different plane in terms of the philosophy and high concept ideas they approach. Their album, The Quantum Enigma, back in 2014, made my year-end list. They are a high-tier band. I'm looking forward to what comes next from them because I've got a lot of hope in them.
I know they're touring again soon, so because I saw.
I get a feeling there's an album dropping this year. I put money on it.
A lot of bands are. So okay, good, fair enough.
A lot of metal in February, by that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Big year for metal in general.
It is. This could be a resurgence from the big names in metal, so that could help out something.
About time.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Tune 10, Saliva.
I don't know. I'm out.
Oh,
Click, click, boom.
Click,
Oh,
boom,
man.
and The World Is After Me, and what was the other one?
Always.
Always, yeah. No, there's another one on that album with Click, Click, Boom.
Oh yeah. It's the one that goes. It's the one with "My mom and dad were perfect."
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
That's
Your
actually a
disease.
really good
Your
Josie
disease.
Josie Scott's song. He did that song with Chad Kruger for on the Spider-Man 2
Hero.
soundtrack, also Hero.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
so the three of us know. On three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's cashing in on new metal, and then there's just cheese. This is new metal on stale nacho cheese at the ballpark you don't want to even go to. It's disgusting. It's bad. It's just laughably... I don't even know how to spell it besides that. It's just laughably bad. It didn't age well a year after it came out.
Ooh.
Yeah. No.
Yikes.
Am I
That's like
wrong about
O2.
that, guys? If I'm wrong, correct me. But
No, dude, Josie Scott is Saliva is an apt name for this band because Josie Scott is a human loogie. The dude is. Dude, blow your fucking nose or stop singing. Jesus.
saliva.
Jesus.
There's too much saliva, so he has to sing that way.
Too much
Too much
saliva. in his
saliva. Far too much saliva for this man.
It's supposed to be in your nose.
He keeps like sucking it back in. It just starts everywhere. Yeah. John, anything else you want to add that's worth it? Ugh.
I do like the song Always, but that is literally
that's the one song I was like, okay, this is them maturing a little, and then it stopped. It really stopped.
Yeah, that was it. That was literally the only song that I can think of.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to throw shade, but really, guys, that's the one. I love you.
I can't live. Hey,
And that's the best.
we
That
had our
is their
angsty
best.
phases. We
And
had
Okay,
our
that's
angsty-
fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
And that
That
is
fair.
their best, by the way. That song you just ripped, that is top tier saliva.
Yeah,
Top
that,
tier saliva.
people. That's as
High-
good as it
Top
gets.
shelf, yes, for sure.
Top
Okay.
Woof.
From
We need to move on.
Okay, we have to do this quickly, so we have to do this real fast. We can only pick one from Judai Kitsune, favorite Rush album.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you guys
That's a
have one?
long
I'll be
conversation.
the
You can only
normie and go
pick-
Yeah, I was gonna say
2112.
Crash.
2112
is
for
really
me.
gonna have
I
a
know
hard
you
time
did the
this.
Big Rush video, Crash.
I did the
2112 for
Big
me,
Ru-
2112 for Mark. John, do you have one?
Either 2112 or Moving Pictures.
Fair enough. Moving Pictures is my number 2. So, Crash, if you had to pick one,
I would
or
pick
two, or two.
If you're going to give me two, I'm going to pick Moving Pictures and Permanent Waves, actually. Just
Okay.
Nice.
I have a special spot for Permanent Waves. I have a video series where I talk in depth about this over on Rock Critic. It's called the How to Get Into Rush. If you want to hear more of my opinions on Rush.
these guys in the links below and in the YouTube cards.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes.
But yeah, I would say Permanent Waves or Moving Pictures. 2112 is definitely way up there for me too.
Fair enough. Okay, great one. From Racer24T, Fiddler, Fidlar.
Fiddler.
I have to sit out. I haven't heard enough of Fiddler.
I don't know.
Fiddler.
I have,
Yeah.
but I don't really care. So
Okay, John, you know?
Yeah, for
Thumbs
me,
up? Okay.
thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
They're fine.
Kind of
Mark,
a
I guess
punk
thumbs up
leaning.
too. Anything you want to add to it?
Uh, they're not amazing, I don't think. Like, they're not a band that I often seek out. I know they put out some new stuff, but I heard their 2015 record. It I guess doesn't say a ton that I can't even remember the name of the album, but I remember enjoying what I heard. Kind of like punky leaning stuff. Maybe
They
a
were a
little.
6 out of 10 band.
Yeah, they're a little too cleaned up for me in places. Yeah, but
And they
they're
became
trying.
cleaned up.
Yeah, and they're trying to have a punk attitude, but it's a little too cleaned up. So,
Okay, fair
but
enough.
still leaning towards positive though for me.
Awesome. Okay. Good enough. Okay. From Grillmore, Ice 9 Kills.
Hey,
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, everyone got an opinion?
yeah.
1,
Sure.
2, 3. Yeah, I'm a thumbs up too.
I'm a thumbs
Anyone
up
want to
that,
go?
yeah.
John, go first. Why do they get the thumbs up? We got to keep these quick too.
They weren't for the longest time, but then I actually paid a little bit more attention to like their lyrical content and stuff, and I appreciate that they kind of push themselves to do like, especially as of late, like themed albums.
The Silver Screen
and
is proof
yeah.
you can do it. Yeah.
yes, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Every trick in the book is really good too. So yeah.
Crash, why do they get the thumbs up?
I'm still a fairly new, convert to Ice Nine Kills. I only just recently heard of getting 4 Silver Scream. I really enjoy it. They seem really fun. They seem like they put on a hell of a life. I want them to do one of those theme albums about a topic I care more about. I'm not a big horror movie guy, so I just couldn't get into that album nearly as much. But yeah, but you know what? Yeah, very solid band. I could see, like, they're one of those bands I'm a new import to, but I really look forward to hearing more out of them.
Okay, fair enough. Mark, why do they get the thumbs up?
I wouldn't say I'm hugely familiar with them. In fact, from the stuff I've heard from them, I think they're hyped, especially from critics. But they're fine. They're enjoyable. And if we're not going to get any new Creeper anytime soon, because whatever the hell happened to them, I mean,
That's still up in the air.
Yeah,
That's
did
still up in
they?
the
Did they
air.
not?
Yeah.
That breaks my
Sad.
heart.
It does
I
me
hope-
too.
I hope
It better
that
not be
No,
over.
you know what? No,
It
enough
better
time
not.
hasn't passed yet. There's still hope that they can figure something out, because that's just a shame if they.
Yeah,
I met them.
right.
Nicest band. One of the nicest I've ever met.
Yeah, I
Super.
saw them live and I loved them.
Yeah, they were great.
Anyway, Ice Nine Kills. Silver Scream proved to me that, like, I was always on the fence for them. I was indifferent until I heard that. They're a band that wants to have fun, but also take their music very seriously. And they
Yes.
have improved over the years. And I think that's just my opinion really quick to add on to what you guys have. They know how to have fun, but they also realize this is their job, this is their life, and they know how to spend time on the right things in the music. You know, whether it's I don't remember the song, the It cover in the song in the Silver
It
Scream.
follows, or
follows,
it is
yeah.
the end.
Just
It is
something-
It is the end.
Just
yeah.
something it's hammy, but it's fun and it gets really good. And that's what they
Yeah.
do. You know?
I love the
yeah.
Pennywise voice on that.
Yes, in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's, that's worth checking out. So thumbs up from all of us. Good one.
Yeah.
Okay, from Brendan
That's
Barrenfield. Thoughts on As It Is? I don't have enough to say, unfortunately.
I do.
I could. Yeah, I could.
Okay, on 3. I saw a thumbs down. 1, 2, 3.
Like, but it's not a strong
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah, for sure.
2-1 positive. Okay, so John, go first. Why did they get the thumbs down?
They're far too middle of the road, and when they tried to break the mold of being middle of the road pop punk, then they just got overly something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it just tries to sound so hard, like it's.
Warped Tour had to end sooner or later.
Yeah, it's so. Their latest album was super edgy, and it did not age well. I came back to it towards the end of the year, just listening for some year-end stuff, and even from like 6 months, it just didn't. It sounded a lot worse to me. It sounded very try-hard, and I just didn't like the way a lot of the themes were dealt with. So
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Crash, why do they get the thumbs up? The tentative thumbs up.
Well, like John said, they have a problem in that they the most ingenious band out there. They're not really pulling a lot of new tricks or doing anything too innovative, really. But for pop punk of that stripe, I feel it's solid. Their new album is interesting. I will certainly say that.
Okay.
I wasn't as down on it necessarily, but I can understand where John is coming from with it's too dark and too try-hardy, and I get that feeling. I wasn't as down on it for whatever reason. The music was still pretty interesting, but yeah, they're a fine band. They're an okay band.
Fair enough. And Mark, you gave a big thumbs up.
I did not give a big thumbs up. I gave a qualified one, and I say this.
Okay. Excuse me.
And I say this because I think the band is getting better.
Okay.
Like, I think they
yes,
are
yeah.
extremely a middle of the road band, but they're on the upward trajectory, and I gotta respect that.
Okay. I concur. That's exactly how
it was better. I will say that their new album was better than the past one.
So maybe in like 5 or 6 more albums in like 10 years, they will be a good band.
The retirement album will finally win you over. And win everyone over. Okay. Fair enough. From Goku-san DBZ, Him. Been a while since I've heard that one since they called it.
Did we do
that? Oh, yeah, I
H-I-M.
think we have done Him.
We've
done Him.
Oh, yeah, we have.
We did.
Just give a thumbs up,
Just
thumbs
give
down.
a thumbs up, thumbs down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was thumbs up too.
Yeah,
Vilivallo.
definitely.
Yeah, I like saying his name too, Vilivallo.
It's a very fun name.
It is. It really is. So, from Just Me, Green Day when they were on Lookout Records.
Okay.
Was that was the early one, right?
Yeah, that was before Dookie.
Oh, yeah.
Before Dookie.
Pre-Dookie.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll keep this really quick. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fun punk.
Like,
Fun.
Kerplunk is one of their best albums, so...
Yeah. Fun punk music. You know what? Yeah.
Hey.
Anyone have anything they want to add?
Go listen to
Not
Apple
really. I
Library.
don't really need to say much about that era. Fun.
Yeah,
You know?
that's it.
They would do much more later on, I feel, but not a damn thing wrong with their Lookout material.
Exactly. I think that's good too. From Grace Carpenter, Shihad, back up. Okay, Shihad. S-H-I-H-A-D? I don't know.
No.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
They did put a backup on there. So backup, Crowded House.
Oh, I can do Crowded
Still
House.
out.
I'm out.
Still out, sorry.
So Crash, it's on you.
I'll give Crowded House a thumbs up. They
Okay.
were a band in, they're kind of a one-hit band. If you remember Don't Dream It's Over from like the late 80s, early 90s, anyone?
A little bit?
Yeah, they were a band out of I believe either Australia or New Zealand. Very interesting stuff. From sort of the sophistopop-ish kind of vein.
Okay.
They were sort of in the imagine if REM weren't quite so. Well, imagine if REM weren't as. Let's put it that way. But they were solid. They were solid for what they were doing and solid for their time.
Okay. Fair enough. Good way to put it. From Jason Stuber. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names. Not sure if anyone's heard thoughts on Bad Religion. Would love to hear what everyone thinks of them. So Bad Religion.
I got
Crash
thoughts
is
on
foaming
Bad
at the
Religion.
mouth.
Crash.
I got thoughts on Bad Religion.
Crash, do you have to go to the bathroom? What's going on? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
If I had a third thumb, I would be putting
I'd
it
give
up
2
right
thumbs
now.
up too.
Just
They
put
were
it that
keeping the
way.
punk name going alive, the true punk sound, when pop punk was starting really to thrive. And they stuck to they were one of the few to stick to their guns.
They kept it true north, you could say.
There it is.
You were such a pun machine. I mean, it really is just automatic for you, sir.
Yeah.
Anyone have
Relax,
thoughts?
stop.
We'll just do it this way. Anyone have thoughts they want to add about Bad Religion?
Okay, if I talk, I'll talk forever.
You have a
So
video
I'll
on
just
Bad
say,
Religion, if I'm correct.
Yeah, check out his videos on
Yeah.
that. Religion.
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, I have a few videos on Bad Religion. Please feel free to check those out. Bad Religion is literally my favorite bands of all time. Yes, Bad Religion, great. Listen.
I
There.
agree. Anyone else? I
I'm
echo
good.
that too.
I'm
They're worth
good.
it. So okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Good one. Okay. From Wade K21, Violet Femmes.
Don't think I know enough outside of a couple of songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm
I
good.
could.
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm
okay.
good. Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm thumbs up too.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
For what they did at their time, like, you can't complain about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was
Say.
the scene, and they not only fit like a glove. I mean,
Yeah, that's a
They
saying.
helped define a lot of that scene.
they did.
Yeah.
They
that's
weren't
a
ahead of the
saying.
curve like the Cure, but at the same time,
I don't know. I could make the argument they were a little ahead of the Cure.
You know,
maybe
yeah,
not as
could-
much. I'm biased towards the Cure. Let me
That's fair. Okay.
That's
Fair
fair.
enough. Okay, so thumbs up. for
Considering how much their influence rubbed off on other bands,
Yes.
that alone
sure. Okay,
is worth it.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, from Goku-san DBZ, Emigrate, Emigrate. Don't
I'm
know
out.
myself.
I'm out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Goku-san DBZ. Appreciate it. We just don't know that one. Next, from Brandon Barenfeld, thoughts on Porcupine Tree and Steven Wilson solo.
Okay.
I'm out. Unfortunately, I have to.
I'm out
step
too, unfortunately, because I have not
Yeah.
heard enough of Porcupine
I'm
Tree.
not
Kind
enough
of,
experience.
kind of same boat. Kind
Mark,
of.
do you have?
All positives.
Positives from what I know.
Porcupine Tree I own multiple Porcupine Tree albums, both in CDs and on vinyl. Lightbulb Sun is an underrated classic. In Absentia is fantastic. It's a great pivot from prog rock to prog metal. And Steven Wilson has made multiple year-end lists of mine with Hand Cannot Erase and To the Bone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
The man can write a great hook, and he's a fantastic producer for himself, not for Opeth.
Yeah. Oh, he produced an Opeth record?
know
I
that
didn't.
He
either,
produces multiple Opeth
I used
albums.
to
When they
follow
went-
Opeth for quite a while, and I didn't even know that.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh,
Fair enough.
wow.
Trevor Burns says Cane Hill.
Oh, I can do
haven't
Cane
put-
Hill.
kind of out on this one.
You're out on that one. John, are you in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, three of us. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Down.
I'll give a thumbs up.
Okay.
That's fair.
John, why do you give the thumbs down?
I reviewed their album. It was a Patreon request last year, and I think we've talked about this before. I don't know if it was on a live stream or if it was offline, but I just didn't care for their sound. Like, I didn't hate it by any
Fair enough.
means, but I just
Fair,
kind of
fair.
felt like it was nothing that I would go out of the way to ever hear again. Yeah.
Fair enough. Crash, why do they get the thumbs up?
My thumbs up is a little light. This is still a very new band, so they don't have a lot of material yet. I wasn't big on Smile, but Too Far Gone really won me over. Their latest album.
Yeah.
They really improved a great deal on that record, I feel. I know not everyone is seeing that necessarily, but like I feel like this band had a lot of hidden potential we didn't realize they had, and I think we maybe, I'm not cashing that check 100%, but given what I heard on that record, I think there might be to this band.
Okay.
I don't know, still really young, still way too early to see, but I don't know. I loved their last record, so I'll give them props for that.
Fair enough. I'm in the same boat for that too. I'll try to keep this brief.
Yeah.
I loved the music in Smile. It was the lyric writing that really was like, oh, I can't play this in my
Yes,
car because other people
right.
might hear me see some of these lyrics, and boy,
Right.
am I going to get the weird looks. But then with the
Oh,
Too Far
man.
Gone game, he grew up real fast, and the music
big time.
sold me. So
Big
that was
time.
that was what it was for me. And I know they have like a grunge sounding EP coming out. It might already be out. I don't know. But they're trying
I
new
think it
stuff.
is out.
Huh? It is out. Okay, I,
think
haven't heard it.
Oh, really? Oh,
Don't think about it. Maybe it's soon. I think I saw something.
Yeah, I know
about
it's
it.
either soon or it's already out, one or the other. But
Yeah.
still, I say up just because of that. So 2 ups,
Yeah.
1 down. So Cane Hill survives. From Dan Washnicks. From Dan. Sorry, I can't pronounce your last name, sir. Hail the Villain. I'm out.
I'm out.
Say
I'm
it.
out.
Everyone
Sorry.
out. Sorry.
Did
Thank
you say
Dan,
"Hail
for
to the Victor" by 30 Seconds to Mars?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Out, Mark. Or sorry, John.
Clearly.
Out.
Yeah, Mark, get out.
We're leaving 2018
Okay,
in the
goodbye.
past.
Sorry.
We're leaving 2018 in the past, sir. From Kyle Ruse, thank you for suggesting this one. Fever 333.
Ooh, yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3.
Oh, he did it.
I did it.
I was waiting for it.
Okay, Mark's got the qualifier. Let's give you the qualifier
It's
first.
qualified only because I haven't heard enough of their stuff.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
yeah,
Not-
same
not
for
enough's
me.
out
Same
yet.
for me.
And that's a very
Yeah.
big thing because they, as of now, they only have the EP out yet. So,
Yeah.
does anything else have anything they want to say about Fever?
Made in America is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
It looks like.
I'll add
it
this.
Looks
I
like
was-
you-
I have
Sorry.
the album review on this one coming out Friday. And I'll leave this for everyone here. The album, the new one, Strength in Numbers, is fantastic. Jason Butler knows how to write. This one is worth checking out. It's not just one style either. He goes hard rock, hip hop. There's slow and fast. This one is worth checking out.
Yeah. I am.
Get
I am
excited.
happy to hear. I am happy to hear that both as a new one who's going to have to come myself and as a former Let Live fan.
Right.
Unfortunately, rest in
Yes.
peace. Let
And
Yeah,
Live.
see
R.I.P.
Fever 333
Red
live
Left.
if you have the chance. It is something special. Okay. Next, I know we're at 9 o'clock right now. We're gonna go about 5 minutes more, just because the first 5 minutes was me talking silence, no one could hear me, and then I embarrassed myself. So we're just gonna go with the first 5 minutes, then we'll have to call it, guys. We'll have to get back to the other D's on the chart. From Tom Randall, Joy Division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Big time.
Come on.
Big time. Big time.
We could go on about this one, but it's like, come on. We
Yeah.
talked about
Is there a point?
No,
I was
yeah.
about to say, like, that discussion's been had so many times.
They were ahead of their time.
Hopefully
Like,
you
we
know
talked
the
about-
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, hell
That's,
yes.
far,
My God.
far ahead. If they would,
How
yeah.
to invent a genre.
Right? Yeah. Fair enough. So, great one. From Sean Morton. Hey guys, thanks for all the vids and the fun times. As for my request, Dillinger Escape Plan.
Okay.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Big time.
For sure.
Big time. Boom.
Me too. I was late
Yeah.
to the Dillinger Escape Plan game, but I still
So
love
was
it. I
I.
had to go back.
Yeah, I
and
was a little
listen.
late, too.
I got to
Yeah.
see them live and shoot them live on their final tour before they called it a day. Man, I loved it.
I bet that was bittersweet.
It was.
Yeah.
It kind of was, but it was so much fun. I couldn't help but love every second of it. So it actually made me feel better as it was done. So
Yeah.
great one. Good suggestion. From the Eyes of Haz. Nope, not talking about that band. That's one on our no-no list. Thank you for the support, the Eyes of Haz. We can't talk about that one. I will talk to you guys about this one later.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll hit you up too, the Eyes of Haz. Hit me up on Twitter and I'll talk to you about it on personally. Just follow me and say who you were. Toon Dude from Toon Dude 10. I know Crash's opinion on this. Rivers of Nile, the heel.
Oh.
I haven't heard enough. That's my thing. So-
I have.
Okay, so Crash and Mark. 1, 2, 3. Okay, split. So, Crash, you go first. Why did you get the thumbs up?
Well, granted, they're a band I'm not super familiar with. I've only heard their last 2 to 3 albums, but I'll say one thing. Their most recent album, I know you did be hardcore on here, Mark, it's okay, but it won me over really hard. Their new album absolutely tears apart. I feel like while this band has some production issues, understandably, the musicianship is there, the creativity is there in both musical writing and lyrics, and like I feel like they're a really good band that deserves a bit more hype. I would love to see more out of these guys. I absolutely adore what they're doing right now. I understand why people have issues with it, but yeah, they're doing good stuff. Also, their album has saxophone in it, and that is a trend I really like seeing. That was one of the few good trends I like seeing in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark, why did they
Of
get the
all
thumbs
things.
down?
I'll keep this short. I reviewed this album, The Trailing Edge, a couple months back. My patrons really tried to get me into technical death metal last year, and it didn't work. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The drum production is so bad. It is so flat sounding. There's no body to any of it. The compositions zigzag across with little rhyme or reason or any real crescendos or transitions. And the lyrical subject matter, as much as I wanted to like it, it just didn't get all the way there for me. Now, I will say this. Where Owls Knew My Name, I think it's the name of the newest album, it is their best work to date.
I agree.
The previous albums don't touch them. The production's somehow even worse, but it didn't do it for me.
That is a big problem with that.
Their albums are way too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that too. I'll
Fair
totally
enough.
give you.
So they have to be punished in the Coliseum. How do they get punished?
A saxophone solo that's way.
I think it's more punishment for me.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do 2 more, and that's it. Then we really have to call it, guys. I appreciate all the support from all these. I really do. First, and sorry, I have to scroll back to get where I was. From Toon Dude, asking Alexandria. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm deciding. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
You sure?
Okay.
Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Yeah.
No. Put it down, Luke. You know you want to.
I know I do too. I
Overall.
don't dislike the guys. I don't dislike them as people. I think they do have hits. They had a bad period after War Snop left.
To say the least.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
They try to make it better, but at the same time, there's not enough good for me to really allow them to move on. And it sucks to say, because they actually are. I feel like they're good guys. It's just like, That's my opinion. Anyone else have a stronger opinion?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I associate
not
them with my
really.
MySpace days.
Yeah. See, I wasn't
Oh,
that
wow.
early, but I've kept up with them for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
what kind of sucks about this band is as they're starting to finally get to a tolerable, good place and where they are is probably where they'll probably end. I don't think we have too many more years of Asking Alexandria, so
Yeah.
this is probably
Yeah.
about as good as this band's gonna get.
Yeah, their
So-
last album, I thought that was probably their maybe
Yeah.
their best to date.
it was fine. It
I-
was fine.
Yeah, it was
There was,
okay.
it was
Yeah, I
harmless,
agree.
fine. I'm good with that. But like, still, there's unfortunately more bad than good. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, a
agree.
lot of back catalog there to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes,
The one
their covers album is piss too. Oh my
I
god,
didn't-
that
Haven't heard
covers
it.
album.
Have not
Boring.
heard it.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Do not tread there. Do not
So
tread
how does
there.
Asking Alexandria die in the Coliseum? Let's make this a good one because this is the final band before we get to the last pledge for the night. How does Asking Alexandria die in the Coliseum? I'll let you guys talk about this more because I feel bad if I'm going to sentence them.
God.
I don't know enough.
I don't
to-
know.
The endless
it's like-
stream of questions asking questions to the band. Just never like they're in a dire
Like
need
a
to
little
get out of the
3-year-old
Coliseum.
toddlers like asking their parents endlessly.
No, I've got it. Alexandria finally comes back and gets all her royalties. Bankruptcy. Bankruptcy.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Well, and the final one from Crash. Do you know a Mae Madison?
Yes, I know Mae Madison. Say hi, Mae. Thank you very much.
Tell
Thank you for the
Crash
support.
he sucks
What?
for me.
Did she mention me specifically? Oh, pfft.
The comment says, "Tell Crash he sucks for me." From Mae Madison.
Oof.
Thank you, Mae.
Hey, Crash, you and Primus sucks.
Okay, see, that is the Luke. Dude, thank you for spinning that in a way that totally.
Don't tell
I
me.
appreciate that.
Don't
dude.
bribe me with super chats trying to get me to tell me my friends suck. No,
dude.
bad.
Dude, fist bump the camera.
Ladies
boom.
and gentlemen,
There we go.
thank you for surviving with us for Rock Coliseum 4. I don't think at any time we dropped below 300 people for well over an hour.
Yeah,
Wow.
guys,
That
that
is
is
so
impressive,
huge.
and that is so.
Thank you.
Awesome
There are
of
big
you.
YouTube channels that not get close to that. So that is
we
huge for us.
sincerely appreciate
Thank
that.
you
That helps
so
us
much.
out big time.
And if you're looking for an itch, tune in Super Bowl Sunday. We will spam it out like crazy. It will not be a long one. It will just be like a 30-minute stream, about 5 minutes at the end of the second quarter. That's how you know when it would start to get going. We'll be tuning in for live riffage, Rock Coliseum style, of Super Bowl's halftime show with Maroon 5 and friends.
yeah,
I'm telling you, it could either be great or a disaster. There's no in between. So
Well, I apparently have cable now, so I might be able to watch it. So
okay, I'm sure a lot of that'll be streamed online too for free. Because it's
Yeah.
free TV
Yeah.
anyway, and the NFL needs attention in a positive light somehow. They need
See,
something.
oh man, I don't think a Maroon 5 performance with us riffing it is positive attention.
it's attention.
It is attention.
It is attention. There is no such thing as bad publicity.
It's like a train wreck, maybe, that you can't look away from.
Yeah, hey, that's a ugly train wreck too. It's not even the old-timey fun ones with the big trains that go choo-choo and the fun sounds. This is the bad one.
Nah, it's like the train wreck from Super 8, if you've seen that movie.
Yeah, that's Maroon 5 in 2019.
Yes, coming into 2019, like...
Okay, so as we say goodbye, thank you guys again. We appreciate the support. Stay tuned to all our social feeds. Check out these channels in the YouTube description below and in the YouTube comments. Really means a lot to us if you can help us out. Just subscribing helps us so much. Thank you for sharing the word tonight. We had a lot of fun. There weren't as many gruesome deaths, but the ones we did have to do, I think, really set the tone. Yeah. So
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
being said, as we say goodbye, Crash Thompson, can you please do a solo act of Jonathan Davis's recap tour? I know you saw it live, right? Can you explain how Jonathan Davis sounded on his live tour?
Oh,
I'm
you're
pretty
gonna
sure-
make me do this 3
I'm
times in
pretty
one.
sure Jonathan Davis had some good songs. Can you do one of his songs that he
3
did live on his
times,
solo
well,
tour?
3
of his
times
new
while I'm
album?
having Mike in too. Apparently,
I want to hear
that's
what.
It'll
what
just
does
censor it for you.
Yeah, what does Jonathan Davis sound like? How is his solo tour? Can you give us a little sample?
well. The thing is, well, you know, all the
It just broke out. Is he still there?
which is just he's just doing that, and Jonathan Davis just
Daddy, why? Daddy, why? Yabba dabba doo, daddy, why? Daddy, why?